Did it go? There we go. It's going. Okay. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Discover Muscatine Sports Network. We are back for one night only. One night only. We are up at Davenport North, where the Muskies are going to take on the Wildcats. We've got a boys-girls doubleheader that's going to be ridiculous. Roland, Glenbine, my friend, how have you been?
Chris, I've been doing good. I've been missing this, though. This is fun to bring the band back together.
It is, and I think we've got some really cool stuff that's going to be popping out for you guys tonight. I think you're going to like what you see.
Yeah, and it should be a couple of great games. Of course, can't wait to get to the boys' game, but this girls' game we're starting with tonight, you're going to get a chance to see the Muskies go up against two of the better players in the state. Yeah,
and I think I'm actually excited to see it because I think going through the Davenport North roster, of course, we've got Journey and Divine. We all know that, okay?
Yes.
And we'll talk about them plenty during this broadcast, I promise, folks. But I think after that, and we kind of pull up some keys to this game at some point here, I think if we can get past those two, and I think if we can contain one of them, we can do well, right?
There's not a lot of depth to this North team. They really, if you look at the games that have been competitive they played this year, they really only go 6 deep. They only bring off one player off that bench until the game gets out of hand. So there's a chance to get some girls into foul trouble, to maybe get them a little fatigued, to making mistakes, and there is a road map there to hanging in here and maybe pulling off the upset.
Yeah, and what I was looking at, folks, we're going to kind of give you a little stat. Oh, whoops, that's the boys. That's not going to do us a lick of any good, folks. I apologize. There we go. There's the girls. That was a sneak peek for later. As we look at the girls, I'm a stats guy. We all know that. And average points for and points against for these two teams are about the same. So I could see Muscatine ending up in that 42-point area, right?
Yep.
Mid-40s. So we give up 56. They put 64 up. So if we can keep them down 15, down 10 from what they normally do, which is what we do. Now, granted, they're good. We're going to be right in the ballpark for this.
There's no doubt. And I think the key is surviving the first quarter. You look at North's games. Their last game they played Saturday in the Iowa-Illinois shootout against Sterling, and they were up 18-0, and it was over. They played Central, and they were up like 19-0. So if you can hang in, survive that first punch, and then all of a sudden, things get a little easier.
Roland, it's like you read my mind. I had get out quickly, right? We got to make sure we do that. We've got to protect and share the ball. One thing that, we're a young team, and we'll look at the roster here in just a moment, but, we've got a lot of freshmen and sophomores seeing some playing time. Obviously we graduated a pretty big class last year. So as they start distributing the ball and as we see the glove doing that, we've just got to make sure that we limit our turnovers, maximize moving the ball around, because when we move the ball around, we've got shooters that'll hit the shot.
Yeah, protecting the ball is key because North gets so much of their offense off a transition, off the steal and go. They're not a great shooting team. North only shoots 27% on the season from three-point range, and they take a bunch. They take more than any other team in the conference. They're around 20 three-point attempts per game. So if you're getting 27% of those, that's okay defensively, but you can't let them get those steal and runouts because that's how they're going to score their points and make this not a close game.
So let's take a quick look. Let's run down the girls' roster here for you guys real quick so you can take a look at it. We'll also kind of look through. So you're going to see a lot of Kershaw. You're going to see a lot of Taryn Watson, our starting point guard. Last year she earned the nickname the Glove. You guys, when you watch her, she's low, she's quick, and she actually moves like I remember Peyton moving. Sadie Manjoin has been a pleasant surprise, the freshman. Confident on the floor, really enjoy watching her play. Ella Maynard and Macy Reno are two upperclassmen. that have just, I mean, Macy can shoot from.
Macy's been driving the bus for this team so far this year.
She has. Macy, and you know, the interesting thing is, and I'm glad we get to see her tonight, Elsie Lewis is here. So Elsie is a winner two-sport athlete. She wrestles, and she does kind of good at that from what I hear.
Yeah, she's played, 5 games out of the 8 this year and has averaged over 11 points in those games she played. So
yeah, well, and she's leading the team in rebounds in those games.
Yeah.
So, again, this is a team that it's young. It's going to have some experience-related things that we'll probably see. But, you know, it'll be okay. You want to run us down the north?
Well, obviously the stars of the show, and if you paid any kind of attention to girls basketball the last 4 years, you have Divine Bourrage, one of the top players in the country. She is heading off to play for LSU next year. And then there's Journey Houston, who has signed to play for the University of Iowa next year. Those are the two main cogs, and they have been for 4 years. After that, it kind of trickles off for sure in production-wise. Damia Clark is a senior. She's a 4-year player for this team, is an important piece, as is Maya Arnold. They have a freshman playing, Alina Dreckmeyer, has started half the games this year for North, and she's actually come on and definitely added some punch to a team that needs some. This is a team that is looking for that third cog to the wheel. They've had it in years past with Michaela Farnham last year. So, you know, they just need that third score, and they're hoping that Dreckmeyer can continue to produce in that way.
Are they getting ready to?
I believe we have the introductions right now of the non-starters.
We'll see if we can get a little bit of that audio for you folks.
So as we look at that, both these teams have had a busy week last week. They both played 3 games. The Iowa-Illinois shootout was on Saturday. Muscatine lost their game, I believe, to Riverdale, and North won theirs to Sterling. So that was going to be their third game in 5 days tonight. So a lot of action right now, and from what I can tell, both teams coming into this fairly healthy, which is good. And you know, it's kind of that go time of the year. You're past Christmas now. You're in the meat of the schedule. It's time to, you know, you should know what you got. There's no more really filling out for these coaches. They know who their players are and the players know their roles. So expecting a really good game tonight, really.
I think it's going to be fun. If nothing else, we're going to see a lot of flying around on this court because we're not exactly a slow team either.
No.
So
it's a great challenge for Muscatine, no doubt about it, and it's going to be fun to watch if you like basketball because, again, 2 of the best players, not just in the state, but really in the country. They're both ESPN, I believe, top 50 players. Journey fell off a little bit after her injury last year, and if you remember, that happened down in Muscatine.
I do remember. As a matter of fact, we were broadcasting it. I was watching it, and I remember just going, uh-oh.
Yeah.
I mean, for lack of a better term.
You know, had already committed to Iowa and was having another great season and tore up those knee ligaments and ended her season. And
there goes Taryn Watson, our starting point guard.
Had a lot of rehab, but she's back, and you know, I feel like she's close to 100%. So we'll see what she can do out there tonight. I think this game might be one that Journey Houston has kind of circled on her calendar a little bit, knowing what happened last year, just to get over that mental hurdle.
There's Macy Reno, Ella Maynard.
So kind of looking
pardon me, that's Macy Reno. Who did I miss? Oh, that was Sadie Manjoin that went out prior as we missed it. My apologies.
Looking at the history between these two teams, since 2009, it's been pretty even. Davenport North leads 17-14. But you'll notice things kind of took a turn 3 years ago, or 4 years ago, I guess, when Journey Houston and Divine Bourrage came since then it's been all North. They've won all of those games, and they're doing it by a big margin. The last 4, just over 20 points per game. So it's definitely a correlation, and Muscatine, the staff and the school will not be sad to see those 2 graduate, for sure.
This is kind of one of those things where I say this with all the respect in the world. I will be glad to see them go.
Yeah.
My wife and I, we've got season tickets to Iowa women's basketball, so we'll get to see.
There you go.
So
yeah, here's the numbers. The last 6 games, North has beat Muscatine by an average of 33 points a game. And those are the 6 since the freshman year of the Divine Journey, as they call it around here. And it looks like we're about ready for our national anthem. A fine recording of our national anthem, and missing out a little bit, Chris. I'm told on Friday here there's going to be another boy-girl doubleheader. They're going to have an electric guitar playing of the national anthem.
Wow, that's a thing. That's a thing.
Young student here at North, Cameron Kennedy, is going to be playing the guitar. So,
a student, then definitely a thing.
Yes.
I thought they were just like randomly like, hey, you know what, we're going to do just for the heck of it.
Hire a local player. No.
Whatever works, right?
Yeah. All right, we're about ready for action here, and it's going to be Divine, the point guard, jumping center.
Because that makes sense.
Well, you don't see many 6'1" point guards. But you will tonight, and we are underway here. North will get the ball first, and it's a zone look for Muscatine as the Wildcats work the perimeter looking for the shot. There's Dreckmeyer, the freshman, with the ball. She'll get it to Divine Bourrage, who will throw up a 3. It's no good, and now the Muskies have a chance to score the first points tonight.
And that would fall into the getting out quick if it works.
That's what you want to do, like force, and step down the baseline. You want to force North into those 3-pointers, and you come out in that zone, and that's just what the Muskies' plan is tonight. Coach Cruz Cone wants North to settle for the 3. There's Dreckmeyer again. Bourrage looks into Houston. Houston loses control off to Dreckmeyer. Dreckmeyer works it around. And they get it ball back to Bourrage. Bourrage cross court to Houston, and she'll fire for 3. That one no good. Rebound out of bounds. Will stay with the Wildcats. Well, glad you're tuning in tonight. Tell a friend. It's a long night of basketball. Couple of games for you here. There's a nice inbounds pass, and Houston misses it. And the Muskies get another crack at scoring first tonight. Nice pass down low. There's a little post move, fall away, no good, and Bourrage pulls down the rebound. Pass out to Dreckmeyer, falls down and knocks it home for the Wildcats. They go up 2-0. Gets it out. Here's a three-pointer, and Macy Reno puts the Muskies on top. Bourrage down low finds Houston. Oh, you think they played together a couple times or two, and there's no good, and a whistle on the rebound. Maybe that was a tie ball. Arrow points to Muscatine.
That's not the way Muscatine is, bud. Muscatine's that away. Bad table humor, my bad.
That's it. Traveling the call. North gets the ball back, and this has got to be the pace, though, that the Muskies are happy with, for sure. It's a very slow tempo. There's not a lot of energy out there right now, and that's okay.
Every minute that we knock off the clock here is a minute closer to something good.
Dreckmeyer, the freshman, splashes home the three. Muskies look to answer. Houston knocks it out of bounds. We'll stay with Muscatine. Manjoin throws it into Watson. Watson looks for some help between the circles. Macy Reno behind the back. Guarded out there tightly, and the ball stolen away, and Divine Bourrage cashes in the easy two. That's what you can't have happen. Those easy baskets. Now here's another steal. Journey Houston looks to run. Throws it ahead. Maya Arnold goes to the ground, and a foul called on Muscatine. See if that was before the shot or not. They're going to give her free throws. Arnold, an 80% free throw shooter on the season. North shoots 68% as a team. Dreckmeyer comes out of the game and looks to be a little bit of pain right there. She'll go right over to the trainer. Second free throw rims out, no good. Muskies have the rebound, so keep an eye on Dreckmeyer again. This is not a very deep North team. Ball blocked, but then caught out of bounds by Ella Maynard. So North really only goes 6 deep. If you get an injury, there's nothing left there. Here's Arnold on top. Bourrage swings it over near side and gets it right back. Bourrage attacks and kicks to Houston. Houston out to Arnold, back to Bourrage. Here's a three-pointer. That one no good. Rebound fought for and controlled by the Muskies. So some cold shooting thus far from deep for the Wildcats. Yet the Muskies find themselves down 8-3. That three no good by Maynard. Wildcats running the other way. Journey Houston finishes it. Her first two on the night. Watson in the corner. They're looking down low for Maynard. Ball knocked out of bounds. Will stay with Muscatine. Houston comes in tonight 5th on the all-time scoring mark at Davenport North High. There's a long two. They say foot on the line right there. Makes it 10-5. Cats lead cut in half. And a turnover among the 4 players, and they'll turn it right back over.
That's exactly what we were saying they can't do.
Got to keep control of the ball. Among the 4 players ahead of Journey Houston, her sister
older sister is in the top 3. And Journey still has a pretty good chance to catch her before her senior year is out here.
I wonder what that's like.
That's something to talk about, right? Over the kitchen table.
One would think.
Devine no good from 3, and Muscatine has another crack. Cutting into this 10-5 deficit. Watson throws it over to Hag, looks down low, Reno back out. Watson thought about it, decides not to pull the trigger, and now a whistle and a foul underneath. Going to be up against North. It's just surprising, though, because you've heard about Journey Houston forever around here, and Divine Bourrage, too, but Houston had such a great freshman year. You think she'd be higher on that list, but 5th. They've had some really good players over the years here on the girls' side for North. Reno has the ball, works it into the corner now to Manjoin. Manjoin behind the back, guarded closely, and draws the foul. .235 left here in this first quarter. 10-5 North on top. Watson the ball far wing up top. And there's a long 3 thrown up and no good by Allison Hag. Here comes Bourrage the other way. Devine attacks the zone and scores the 2. 12-5 Cats. Almost a kick there, no call.
Oh!
And now the ball stolen away. Referee swallowing the whistle on that. Here's Divine Bourrage. Is doing what she wants with it all the way in and knocks home the 2. And we have a timeout called by the Muskies. Wildcats now up 14-5, Chris.
I'm not sure what to say. We had a plan. The plan didn't work.
It was, and they came out, and then they got away from it.
And I think the interesting thing there, and this is Coach Cruz's first year, right? Mm-hmm. And we've been through, to kind of give some background on where the Muskie Girls program has been, we're on, I believe it's our 5th coach in 5 years, 6th coach in 6 years.
It's been a revolving door.
Yeah. Since Coach Orvis left, it has. None of them were bad coaches. None of them were maybe the full right fit. But I do think Cruz is it. Cruz has been a part of Muscatine basketball for years. He's coached a lot of boys on that side. He's coached a lot of these girls coming up. And I think he, last year was able to get a lot of experience on the bench. And I think that's going to turn into something really good long-term for the Muskies.
Look at the outlook pass. Look at that. That's just beautifully done. Divine Bourrage pulled down the rebound, knew that Houston was sprinting the floor, and finds her. And just another easy 2 for North.
And yes, folks, we are getting some replay. They're just a little bit quicker than I'm used to. Hey, there, we got down the ball. Got down there first.
That 3 no good, and that's what you want to do. Force them to take those 3s. Again, not a great shooting team. North will fire it up, but only about 27% on the season. They make their bread and butter off of stealing and scoring on that fast break. So there's another turnover. And 1 minute to go here in the first. Kind of what we talked about in the pregame, Chris. Avoid that early deficit in the first quarter, and that's what we're facing right now, 16-5.
Yeah. After watching them play Clinton the other night, though, they can rattle off. I mean, it's 11 points. That sounds like a lot. And on one hand it is, but it's also a couple of possessions real quick, a couple of 3s, and you're in, right? So
there's another missed 3, and there's a nice block down low, but North sticks with it. Can't
there we go.
Convert, though.
Ella Maynard playing the field marshal down there.
About a 2-second difference on the shot clock. Doesn't matter when you're open, does it? Macy Reno has all 8 points for the Muskies. North can play for the last shot. Down to 12 on the clock. Here's Bourrage. She'll stop down low. The ball is up, no good. 3 on the clock. Muskies get the rebound, and that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. Wildcats doubling up on Muscatine 16-8. So we've seen some good and we've seen some bad, and it's really about just making North get into that perimeter game and shoot those threes, and then he's got to do a better job protecting, because North is going to do that outlet. They're looking to run. They're always looking to run. You just can't afford to turn the ball over.
I agree. And that's, it doesn't matter what sport it is. If you're not taking care of the ball, ask the Vikings. What happens? You end up way behind early, and then you've just got to try and find a way to get back into this. And it's not that it can't be done. You've just made your job harder.
Yeah. And it's a very talented, experienced team. You just can't make those mistakes, and it's a learning lesson. If nothing else, it's a learning lesson for these Muskies, and we'll see how they battle through here in the second quarter. Meanwhile, Elena Dreckmeyer has been getting work done here on the bench. We might see her return to the game. Looks a little more promising. The young freshman got off to a good start, but then injured, looked like maybe the thigh. So North will start the ball. Again, going left to right here in the second quarter. Houston has it. Corner pass down to Clark, off to Arnold, back to Clark. Here's Bourrage in rhythm, 3, and that one is what got her to LSU right there. Smooth stroke.
So you think Coach Mulkey's watching?
Well, I would hope she is. I've had a chance to interview Kim Mulkey a few times in my career. She loves to be interviewed.
I could believe that.
She loves the camera, and she's very engaging and always very polite. I have nothing bad to say about her. Hawkeye fans might not like to hear that. But
look, it takes all kinds, right? And you can't argue with the results. Oh. It seems like for the most part across the board, her players don't have bad things to say. I mean, every coach is going to have some that don't like them, whatever. But Roland, you might not believe this, but some people don't like me. I don't.
It's hard to believe. Free throw's good.
Doesn't make a heck of a lot of sense, I know, but
she's good for the game. She brings eyes to the game.
Absolutely,
and has helped grow the women's game.
Yeah,
for sure.
We'll take a little conversation about Allison Haig there a little later as well. Had a great conversation with her mom the other day.
Knocks down both those free throws, makes it 19-10 now, and North throws the ball away. Bad turnover. Sierra McMath in the game, throws it right to the Muskies. They got a chance to cut into this lead a little more. Manjoin will hand off. There's Maynard's 3, misses everything, and North gets the ball back.
I do have to say, apparently I don't deliver as well as Pack and Ship does, because I missed a Pack and Ship 3-pointer earlier when Macy hit 2 of them. What was I thinking?
There's a 3 for Journey Houston, comes up short, and nice box out there. Here come the Muskies. There's Devine. Finishes nicely. Another steal score for Devine Bourrage. She's up to 11 points here in the second quarter, and North's up by 11. Maynard would try the corner 3. There you go. What do we call that?
That is a Pack and Ship 3.
There you go.
And my buttons aren't working for some reason. But,
Journey Houston offensive rebound. Nice look down low. Assist from Houston. Sierra McMath. 1 + 1 is 2 for her. Get it, McMath?
I did.
Little running hook shot, no good. And once again, the Wildcats running. Divine to Journey, 2 and 1. Foul on Maynard. McMath will exit the ball game as Damia Clark comes back in for the Cats. Journey Houston 80% on the year from the free throw line, and she connects there. They say that ball was off Houston. It might have been a break there for the Muskies. It's like it might have been off Maynard's leg, but Muscatine will keep the ball. Down 14, substitution into the ball game comes Leo Los, thank you. Big block, and here come the Cats on the run again. Here's Dreckmeyer back in. Give the assist to Divine Bourrage, and the points to the freshman. Long three.
And yet another pack and chip three for the Muskies. I thought we were supposed to slow down.
It's now 13 points for Bourrage. And talk about a lot of points. Macy Reno has 11 for the Muskies. Another three, this one not delivered, and here come the Cats again. Long pass, Damia Clark, she'll fire, why not? Well, North all of a sudden heating up from deep, and they've extended this lead 33-15. Everybody's throwing up threes. That one no good, but again, there's the leak out, and Dreckmeyer converts.
We're going to need a center fielder. I figured it out. We need a center fielder, and we're just going to put him, somewhere near North's free throw line.
It's as soon as that shot's up, somebody for North is running the other way, just expecting the outlet pass, and thus far that has been their offense. Wildcats extending now up 35-15. Wildcats coached by Paul Rucker. He's in his 6th year. Comes in with a 91-26 record. But final year of Bourrage in Houston. They've made state the last 2 years, Chris, have lost in the first round each year. Last year was tough, of course, because you didn't have Journey Houston out with that injury. They ran into a pretty good Cedar Falls team and lost in the first round last year, and then I believe it was maybe West Des Moines Dowling that beat them in the first round 2 years ago. One last chance trying to get that trophy here on the north side. Another steal. Journey Houston has it, takes it the other way, and lays it in for 2 more. Well, whatever they talked about in the timeout is not really being implemented right now. Another leak out and score for Damia Clark.
Well, man, that's just tough, though. I mean, she didn't even – I'm not sure. We'd have to go back and look, but I don't think she actually corralled that rebound with both hands. I think she just grabbed it with one, turned around and baseball passed it all the way down the court, and away you go.
Just knows the teammate's going to be there, though.
Well, that's my point. Like,
over and back will turn it another turnover. I have not been keeping track of turnovers, but that's got to be double digits now for Muscatine.
I would think, yeah.
Arnold comes out of the game for North. Here's Bourrage, top of the key off to Clark. Clark works at the Dreckmeyer. She'll fire for three. That one, no. And the Muskies corral the rebound. That ball kicked. It should stay with Muscatine. 39-15. Cats on top here. Again, if you're just tuning in, tell a friend we are here for both ends of this doubleheader tonight. The undefeated, now 5th-ranked Muskie boys coming up next. Can't wait to watch that game.
Yeah, and here's something really cool for you Muskie fans. We're going to have Terrence Watson in between the games, going to sit down and talk with me a little bit. Terrence and his wife Elva run Next Level Basketball, which is the feeder program for the basketball system.
Okay.
And so they've been with these kids from the beginning. Terrence was a lot of their first coaches. And so it'll be great to see his input. I did get to talk with a couple of the other coaches in the Muscatine system, so I think we're going to have a really cool conversation.
Yeah, can't wait for that. Muskies have a chance here. But again, defense, just the long arms of Divine Bourrage. Ball off the hands of the Muskies. North will get it back once again. A little chilly in the gym tonight.
It is, surprisingly so.
Somebody forgot to close the door or what it is, but it's... Use a space heater. That ball poked away. North gets it back, though. Divine Bourrage will drive, loses, gets it back, puts it up. No, but draws the foul. And Bourrage will head to the line, looking to add to her nice night. Bourrage, 78.6% on the season from the free throw stripe. Comes in averaging just under 20 points per game.
There's a great shot of Avian instead of...
Sadie Mann joined back into the game for the Muskies. So that's 15 points now for Journey Houston, or excuse me, for Divine Bourrage. And the Wildcats now up 41-15. That got away from us pretty quickly. Here come the Muskies trying to put together a good offensive possession, and they are going to draw the foul. Foul is on the freshman Dreckmeyer, her first. Just the second team foul, so Muskies ball baseline. Reno looks down. Here's Elsie Lewis. She can't get it to go. The ball knocked out of bounds will stay with the Muskies. Taryn Watson to trigger. Now she won't. Now they'll switch things up. Macy Reno will trigger. Lewis. And they get it back into the corner now. Difficult pass there North's all over it, and here comes Bourrage once again. Foul from behind. It's hard to force that ball down inside with the long arms of Divine Bourrage in the way. Bourrage to inbound, just 42 seconds now left in this first half. Journey Houston throws to Dreckmeyer, who's wide open. Dreckmeyer cashes it in.
That hurt.
Well, Dreckmeyer might be that third scorer this Wildcat team has been looking for. Just a freshman. Here's a three answer. Nope, that's off the mark.
Nice to see her getting her legs into those shots, though.
Ball saved, and here comes North again. Long pass. Maybe a travel, no call. Journey Houston scores. Down to 1 second. The shot no good, and that will bring us to halftime. Davenport North in control, up 46-15. The Wildcats, again, you see Dreckmeyer kind of out there.
Real quick, I think this is actually sometimes more useful when you can cut to yourself talking more. Honestly, because the view of it is cool.
Right, and we will, but what I want are hero shots of kids.
You want me to focus on both things?
Yeah, whoever makes a shot or something like that, I want, Chris, I want like headshot.
I know.
Like,
Close up.
Yeah.
Painful.
Yeah.
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 Oh, wait.
You got a blank screen, Chris. There you go.
All right, back here, you're looking at some highlights from that first half. Very much one-sided highlights. Checking out the scoring in the first half. First for the Muskies, it was the Macy Reno show. 11 points for Reno, including 3 from behind the arc. Allison Haig had a couple of free throws, and Ella Maynard a basket, and that was it. 15 points for the Muskies. North, they were led by Divine Bourrage, 15 points. She matched the Muskies all by herself in that first half. Journey Houston added 11. The freshman Elena Dreckmeyer, 12. Demia Clark had 5. And Sierra McMath, the basket for 2 points.
That adds up pretty fast.
Yeah, that all adds up to, we're doing the McMath here, and it adds up to 46-15 North. Heading into this second half, a 31-point lead, and we'll probably see a little bit from the starters, but might see a lot of the bench tonight in this ball game.
You know, the one thing that I know Cruz believes in is playing up, right? And tonight's definitely an instance of us playing up, right? When you've got 2 D1 girls, geez, what are you going to do? You know what I mean? Like, that's a thing, right?
It's a great learning experience is what it is.
And they'll have footage. I guarantee you they'll be looking at the tapes. They'll be, I know the Haig family will absolutely be all over it for sure. Because that's just what they are. I mean, so Allison is a sophomore.
Mm-hmm.
She actually is getting some good looks from some significant D1 schools. Obviously can't officially talk yet, but I think there's a pretty decent chance she stays healthy and keeps the pace. She's going to be playing major D1 softball in a couple of years. So,
how does that softball team look this year? Always strong down in Muscatine.
That's a reload situation 9 times out of 10. And it just shows how strong, the softball program at Muscatine has been the gold standard for years. Since probably 89, Coach Schur and winning state. And then from there, Schur was just a machine. There's nothing like him. You pick up a couple state championships, a perennial qualifier, and all of a sudden the talent comes. You know what I mean? Like, it just keeps coming and keeps coming and keeps coming. And, then as it's flipped over after he retired, they just continued on. Like, it just rolls. And that's, I think, I don't know if Terrence and Elva did this on purpose, but the next level program is becoming very similar to what the softball feeder programs have. It's we started playing travel ball 3rd, 4th grade for sure. Summer play. I think this year was the first year we picked up a 2nd grade team.
Okay.
which, you know, some people are like, well, that's way early. But here's the thing. They're out having fun. They're getting the ball in their hands. It's not saying, oh, hey, that's all they're ever going to play. They want them to play all the other sports. They want them to become well-rounded athletes and kids. But it also gives them something to strive for, and it gives them something to, you know, take pride in when they get there. You know, so like, you know, my son's in 7th grade. They've been playing together 4 years now, and, you know, they just went doubling up people at Williamsburg last weekend.
Yeah,
so
everybody's doing it now. Baseball, softball, basketball. You start playing together young, and it shows. You look at with this North basketball team. I mean, Divine Bourrage and Journey Houston, along with Demia Clark, Maya Arnold. They started playing together when they were young. Right. Now they're seniors, and they just know where everyone else is on the court at all times.
And that's a great segue into the boys' game tonight, because we've got 8 of them, you know, that have played the same way. And so, you know, when we talk to Terrence, he'll give a great preview of this, but they're tall, they're lengthy, they've got wingspan, they're athletic, and they know the game. When you watch this Muskies team, you know, I've talked several times last year and to a bunch of people this year. I think this is the most talent we've had on a court. I mean, I've gone back to the 01 state team. You know, the Wieskamp team's a unique thing because it was Joe and some guys, right? Nothing against those guys. They all played their role very well around Joe. But, I mean, honestly, I went back and I talked to some of the guys from the 89 team who had a couple go off to college, you know, Wieskamp and Olson, and, you know, one played at Iowa. And they're all saying the same thing. This is a team that could be the real deal.
Well, I can't wait to get a look tonight. Going to be fun here, and as we start the second half, I do want to thank the administration here at Davenport North. Has been very hospitable and welcomed us in here with open arms tonight. And it's just been a lot of fun to be able to do this.
It was. I was actually just about to bring that up. You constantly take words out of my mouth. That's it. That's what I'm going with. You know, when you mentioned this, you know, early last week, and that, you know, you thought it'd be a great idea, and then it all sort of worked. I'll be honest, I was ecstatic. You know, this is just fun.
Jeremy Mosier, the athletic director here, great guy, and he's all about getting these kids exposure and getting them out there, and that's, I think, the same thinking that we always have too. So
it's what we've always had. It's why we put it on every platform. It's why it's, you know, multiple cameras. It's why we do it with, like, everything we've got.
Well, a sloppy start here to start the second half, and North has the ball, and it's still going to be a zone defense here. Stick with this game plan, and as long as they got them in this half-court set, they've done pretty well on the defensive side. It's when North runs that's been the problem. There's Divine Bourrage, though. You cannot leave Divine alone, and Bourrage knocks home another long one. And we're almost into the, in fact, we are into the mercy clock rule now as the lead has grown to 36. So continuous clock as long as that 35-point lead is maintained. That one comes up short, and again, Dreckmeyer to Clark, and another 2 for North. Muskie's going to take time out, talk about it a little bit here. It's a 30-second timeout. The lead is now ballooned to 38 points. So a Wildcat team that is not in first place in this conference. It kind of shows some of the strength here. Central DeWitt actually has the lead in the conference coming into play tonight. 8-0, Pleasant Valley 7-1, and then you got North there at 6-2, and Bettendorf, they're a very good team as well. A lot of talent on that Bulldog team, so it should be a fun race between those four coming down here in the second half of the season. But if the Wildcats want to make it another conference crown, they pretty much have to win out. Pass down low, another ill-advised. That one off the hands of the Wildcats, however, will stay with Muscatine. Hag drives, looks to the corner, and the ball bounces on the baseline. So turnover yet again for the Muskies. Yeah, it is going to be a fun boys game tonight for sure, because we know the Muskies love to get up and down the floor, but North kind of has that same style. They like to push and run as well. So I think we're kind of in store for a track meet tonight in game number 2. There's Journey Houston adding 2 more to her total. Another turnover, and there's Bourrage throwing down the court. Bourrage might be mad right there. She had the assist, the extra pass, however, by Clark, and, well, Dreckmeyer couldn't finish, and will go to the free throw line, however. Much different body language, all smiles for the girls wearing white tonight, and you see the pain for the Muskies right now on the faces of those young women. Free throw no good. One more for Dreckmeyer. Came in just 40% on the season, and those 2 misses are not going to help that total. And there's another steal for Bourrage, and the outlet to Damia Clark. And there's 2 more. Give another assist to Divine Bourrage. Well, if Coach Mulkey's watching, she's definitely smiling tonight, because Bourrage has looked everything that she is billed to be. And there's Houston. Nice cut for 2 for the future Hawkeye. Muskie's patient this time down, trying to get up a good shot. Lewis down low, and that not a good shot, a bit wild. And here comes a 3-on-1 the other way, and yet another assist for Divine Bourrage. This time Dreckmeyer scores. It's a double-double for Divine Bourrage. Not exactly official on the assist, but definitely into the double digits. Now here's Clark.
Okay.
On the run out, and there's Bourrage blows the layup. Well, there's something to work on.
All right, now here's a question. Is a double-double a thing?
I believe it is.
You know, it's become a thing, but I don't ever remember a double-double being a thing when I was younger. You know,
because you never were good enough to get them.
No, I'm not saying me. Yeah, obviously not. I mean, that's a no-brainer, right? No, I'm just talking even like NBA level, things like that. I don't ever remember a double-double being a thing. Am I crazy?
Yeah, you know, I always felt it was more, definitely there's Houston, a steal, more rebounds. You never really saw it with the assists so much.
Well, yeah, but I mean, do you ever remember SportsCenter saying, he got another double-double today? I mean...
Yeah, I'm trying to remember way back then.
Obviously triple-double's always a thing, of course, right? Yeah.
Dreckmeyer drains another 3. I remember when I played, it was always, we didn't call it the double-double, but it was definitely a goal. It was like trying to get a 15-15 game was like one of the things we were trying to get.
Absolutely. I don't necessarily mean it from that way, but like as far as like pundits talking about it and things like that, I don't remember it being, I mean, it feels like an Angel Reese sort of a thing. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy.
It's definitely grown in popularity as Dreckmeyer exits, and I think we might have seen the end of Divine Bourrage's night as she is heading towards the bench.
She just looks like a baller.
Oh, no
Gee,
doubt.
Christmas.
I can't wait to see her at LSU and see how that translates. It's always fun to see these high school stars head off to college, and how does it translate to the next level?
Just, she looks like a D1 athlete today.
Mm-hmm. All right, a lot of new players into the game now. Damia Clark remains, and Maya Arnold, the only two real regulars still out there for North. It's Monique Nelson, number 15. Isla Marty now in, and here's the drive, shot up, no good. Rebound by Sierra McMath, and she'll head to the free throw line. And this should be fun. McMath just 38% on the year, 5 of 13 from the free throw line. She can improve on the math here with knocking down one. No. So McMath now 5 of 14. And that one is good. So 1 of 2 for McMath. And it's now a 50-point ball game.
That's not a good thing.
Again, that clock continues to run, continuous clock.
Ooh.
Traveling, I believe, was the call there. So one last possession for the Cats before we head to the fourth quarter. McMath, pass inside, corralled down there, shot put high off the iron, no good. 2 seconds, 1 second, got a fire.
Oh.
Muskies won't get it off, and we head to the fourth quarter with the McMath not good for the Muskies. 69-19 North in control tonight.
We'll take a quick roll through some of the highlights as we get ready, and I'm going to go track us down a Terrence.
There we go.
I'm not as quick as I used to be, Roland.
Oh, that was pretty quick. Fourth quarter underway. Muskies get the turnover but can't convert. They do get another chance, though, at it after the offensive rebound. And here's it's a game of not closeness, but it's a game where a lot of new players get in and get some valuable experience.
It's a game speed thing.
Nice cut down low. Can't corral the hot pass, however, out of bounds back to the Cats. And I was wrong, as back in the game is Divine Bourrage up by 50.
What?
It's an interesting call, there's no doubt. And it reminds me of a game they played at Johnston earlier in the year, and they were only losing by 1 at halftime, but then Johnston, number 1 team in the state, just kind of took off, and it ended up being like a 25-point game in the fourth quarter, and they still had Divine Bourrage out there. And she actually rolled her ankle, twisted her ankle in that. You just gotta worry about things like that in games that are just no reason to be out there right now.
I wouldn't think so.
And now there's everybody.
Looks like it's about time for a line change.
Divine's very upset about it. They brought the starters out for the first 90 seconds.
Devine was hoping to get 20 points, ends up with 18 on the night. So yeah, now we get the players that don't get a lot of time in there right now trying to get in the scoring column, and there's a steal, and here come the Muskies off the break. Nicely done. Ella Maynard. 69-21.
Hey, let's do it again.
There we go. Another turnover and one.
Let's get another look at that.
So Leo has the chance for the and one right now, and it's 4 straight, maybe 5 straight points for the Muskies to start this fourth quarter. Can't convert on the free throw, and but yet another turnover. So you got these girls that don't play a lot for North, and they're having some trouble right now. Muskie's taking advantage, kind of chipping in cosmetically anyway in the fourth quarter.
Caitlin Haig checked in. Who else do we have in there? Oh.
It's like Brianna Plank is in the game.
Yes. Her little brother plays with Wyatt.
2-on-1. Emma Roth can't get it to go, and the Muskies pull down the board.
And I think I see Kensley Paul in there.
Kensley Paul just got the rebound.
I think Lily Longhurst is the other one I just saw poke through there.
I think you're right. Here's Emma Roth for North. A wide open three, no good.
Kind of flat.
The starters were all off their feet, though, hoping, willing it in.
And that's great to see. You know, I love it when the bench players, when they get some time, that you see the starters going crazy for them, right?
Yeah, because those girls work just as hard in practice and have to guard them in practice. So, yeah, that was Monique Nelson, another freshman for North, who missed the three there, number 15. They have 4 freshmen on this North team that get some playing time. So that's the future. That's what's coming up next year.
Quick look at that first break by Ella Maynard. I will say this is a pretty awesome vantage point down here.
Yes. Some confusion as to whose ball it is. They're going to give it to Muscatine. The veteran crew doing the game tonight. I've seen these guys call games here for a few years for sure. I'm going to say good or bad crew. I'm just going to say veteran crew.
You know, it's interesting. I bumped into a guy as I was running down to check in with Mr. Watson.
There's a three.
That's
a
a pack and ship.
A pack and what?
It's a pack and ship 3-pointer. It's signed, sealed, delivered. I don't know. Brian Linderman and I, who owns Pack and Ship, we've been bouncing back and forth all day. Like, what were we going to say during those? And we were trying to come up with something really cool. And I totally forgot what it was. I got it somewhere. I'm going to have to dig it out before the boys' game. But
yes. Caitlin Hag knocked that one in. Here's a runner, no good. And
Plank with the rebound.
Pulled down by Plank. Here come the Muskies. Well, Divine Bourrage is over here. I don't think she's sat down yet, just cheering on her teammates. And that tells you a little bit about the player she is, too, as she finally takes a seat. But leader, for sure.
she's
And now
massaged.
see, she's massaging her teammates.
Massage gun, like right down. No, we're not going to show that.
It's wholesome.
Well, no, I mean it's awesome, but it's not. No.
Divine does a little bit of everything.
Jeez.
Scores, assists, rebounds, and
Hopefully, when she gets down to LSU, she's going for like physical therapy or something.
maybe. I have to ask her. There's the
there we go.
basket down low by Lily Longhurst. Plank the rebound with 2:28 left on the clock.
She plays like her brother. They're both down there. They just battle it out. Austin's like our little like wrestler enforcer guy, and Aubrey's looking like kind of the same sort of thing. There we go.
And one opportunity for Lily Longhurst.
And not only that, we got a nice shot of Bob Long hanging out in front of my camera.
All of a sudden, the lead down to 37. We're almost into not running clock territory again.
You know, I will say this, though. It wouldn't be a Discover Muscatine Sports Network broadcast if we did not have a Bob Long reference. Bob's our middle school athletic director. He's been part of just about every athletic anything for the last, I'm going to say 643 years, but give or take 10.
Final 90 seconds here. Don't forget, this is just the round one of our coverage tonight. Still have a huge boys game coming our way next, as the now 5th-ranked Muskie boys taking on a pretty good North squad. So that comes your way here as soon as the ladies finish this up.
Yep, we'll have a little Muscatine Radiology pregame show with Terrence Watson, kind of taking us through that little break time. Give Roland's voice a little break. Ooh. Haig moving it up. Plank with the rebound.
Come the Wildcats trying to get over that 70-point mark. Shot no good, but heading to the line will be the freshman Monique Nelson.
So if it's 35, why are we stopped?
I don't know. Fouls they stop maybe?
Maybe, I don't know.
Nelson 2 for 2 on the season from the line. Perfect. There's a pretty free throw stroke right there. Both of them. Center of the net. Maybe got away with the travel there. No call.
A little miscommunication.
Good time to swallow your whistle in a 40-point game. 28 seconds left, and Cats will take one more crack at it here. That three.
That was brutal. Nice little shot at turning.
Roth knocks down the three.
Chris, I was on you, but.
And 4 seconds left. That's going to do it. Final score here in game one. Davenport North 74. Muscatine 32.
We're going to set you up with some highlights of the game while we catch up with Mr. Watson, get set up for game two.
Can run down some scoring real quick while we do that. Divine Bourrage finished with 18 points for North. Journey Houston and Elena Dreckmeyer led the way, 19 points each, so real balanced. among the three of them. Damia Clark had 9, 3 for Sierra McMath, 2 for Monique Nelson, and 3 for Emma Roth. It was Macy Reno leading the way for Muscatine. She finished with 11. Allison Haig, 2. 4 for Elsie Lewis, 3 for Caitlin Haig, 2, actually make that 4 for Ella Maynard, 2 for Leah Lewis, and 4 for Lily Longhurst.
Not a bad spread. Not a bad spread.
Not
It'll be a
bad
great
at all.
learning opportunity for the girls, I'm sure.
Yeah, there'll be brighter days for sure, and
Oh, folks, Mr. Watson is here, and we're going to flip around here in just a moment, and we'll have Roland flip out and let him sit down for a few minutes, and we're going to talk about this boys team. But not only are we going to talk about the boys team, we're going to talk about the next level basketball program, which you guys have heard me talk about it a bunch on the Today Show, on all the games. I love the next level program, Wyatt's been playing for 4 years. And, it's these guys, it's their heart and soul. They do a yeoman's work putting it all together. So everybody say hello to Mr. Terrence Watson. You didn't realize you were going to be on camera, did you?
No, I did not. No,
I
did
see.
not.
I don't tell you that stuff because, you might not have come down.
Because you're Chris.
Because I'm Chris. Pull up. Here, let's pull that up just a little bit.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay.
Got to hear that deep voice.
Got you.
So, Mr. Watson,
Yes, sir.
let's talk about some basketball. You like basketball?
I do.
You do. You've played a little bit.
A little bit.
And you've coached a little bit. So
Little bit.
walk me through, and for those at home, this boys team that we're looking at now. You've known them quite a while.
I have.
You have. So tell me where their journey started and a little bit about where it's gone.
So, half the group I started between, the now juniors and some of the seniors I had as second and third graders, as well as Steve Wieskamp, who started a second grade group. So we've had them since they were second and third graders. So Steve and I combined our teams when they were fifth grade on, and we coached them together from that point on. So these kids are absolutely diehard, true basketball players.
Yeah, as they come out now, I look at these guys and, I remember watching these guys at the higher end of the next level program when Wyatt started, right? And I remember watching some of them, like Luke Heron and a couple, like, just walking in and seeing their shot. I'm like, they're in like 8th, 9th grade at this point.
Oh, yeah.
And they're shooting like I remember Josh Miller shooting, and even like a Steve Wieskamp, right? And I'm like, dude, what is this? Like, and then I'm like, oh, I saw you, I saw Spence, I saw, like everybody floating around, and I'm like, okay, this makes sense. This is the place where my kid needs to be.
So the thing about this particular group, as second and third graders, we played season. Then after the season, these kids are like, when can we play again? So we had open gyms in the spring. Then they had camps. Then they had summer league. Then they had fall ball. I mean, the kids just constantly, when they started playing ball, they fell in love with the game. And that's the thing about it. When you have kids that fall in love with the game, it's pretty hard to not give them all the basketball you possibly can. So they pretty much demanded that we put in the work that we did. When you see kids fall in love with the game, it's a pretty cool thing.
Well, and that's something, Roland and I were talking a little bit earlier, and, I did do a little bit of deep diving this week. I had a conversation with Brett Olson, and I had a conversation with T.Y., and a conversation with Chuck Van Heck, and, all these people that have been around a long time. And this is, and I don't hesitate in saying this is the most talented team, top to bottom, that I've seen in 30 years, without question, right? There's the Joe Wieskamp teams, and that's Joe, and that's a whole different conversation, right? But this team, I mean, they can run 9-10 guys out and and not
Absolutely.
even think about it.
Right.
I mean, there's guys that are on the bench here that could be starting in other MAC schools.
Yeah.
And so, you know, I was asking Brett, what is it about this team, you know, that you're connecting with? Or what was it, you know, because his team back then, they were small, they were smart, you know, it's like Mike Calvert and Olsen and Sam McDonald and all those guys. And he's like, you know, the thing these guys have is it's a length and ability to get out and run, but smart, right?
Yeah.
And that's the one thing that I think I've been impressed with watching how you guys have built the program and what this has become is what you're seeing. I don't want to say NBA teams because they just pop threes, but every other level is this, and we're doing it at the high school level and have been. So it's great to see.
Well, the thing is, you know, T.Y. and my father coached all throughout the 90s, and they would have very good players, but they wouldn't have full teams.
Well, you know, I was there in 97. It was when I graduated. So you go back a handful of years from that. You had Josh Miller, followed by Brandon Welsh, followed by Adam Means. You know, like, and these guys, you know, Miller scored a bazillion points, you know, like whatever. He'd shoot from Bonnie Drive or whatever. And, you know, then Welsh comes in, you know, the next year, and he was kind of the star. And, you know, Brandon was this lanky, crazy movement kind of guy, which it's so crazy. Tell me this is not true. Watching his son play, is it not like watching Brandon?
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. Without a doubt.
And so
maybe not as cocky as Brandon, but definitely.
Brandon cocky. Now, I will say this. The 96 team, this is something T.Y. and I were talking about. The 96 team was probably one of the better teams in that era, which was starting five would have been Adam Means, Shea Ridge, Brandon Welsh, Inkstead, I believe, and then Welk.
Yeah, that was a fun team.
That was a great team. You know, a couple of them went on to play three. Well, you know, Brandon went on to walk on at Iowa and then continue his career, and Chad went to play D2, and Adam played some. You know, so they were a good team. They couldn't get past Iowa City West to save their life. Yeah. But even then, they couldn't have held a candle to these guys. I mean, I say that, and some of those guys are really good friends, right?
Yeah.
So what excites you the most about this team?
Well, I think the biggest thing.
Actually, we should tell people.
What's that?
Your son's on this team. You know,
he's one of the players on the team.
Yeah, so just you know, so there may be some dad moments here, which is all good. It's all good.
If you ask my son, he'll tell you the last kid coming off the bench was him because he was my son.
I get it. No,
you know, but
that's fair.
The thing about this group, again, I go back to my father. When Brandon Welsh asked me to take over the program, I remember my father always saying we would get kids come in and they didn't know basic fundamentals. You had players that were very athletic, very skilled to play the game, but they didn't know where to be, what to do, how to read the game. They didn't know basic fundamentals. So when I took over the program, I wanted kids to learn the game from the bottom up, to have a solid foundation and to really have a true understanding of the game. So when they were younger, it wasn't always fun. It was work. It was hard work. And if the kids weren't going to fall in love with the work, they were absolutely not going to fall in love with me as a coach. You know? Because it wasn't about shooting the three ball in third and fourth grade. Like, if you did that, you were going to be in the bench sitting next to me.
My goodness, even watching, you know, the seventh graders, they shouldn't be shooting them yet most of the time.
Yeah.
Because they're changing their shot to be able to do it.
Absolutely.
And that's not what –
Absolutely.
It doesn't work.
Yep. And that was one thing that I was adamant about. Like, if you weren't strong enough to shoot the ball with true form, you're not ready to shoot the ball. You have the rest of your development to develop that shot. Learn all three levels of the game. You know, all the layup, the mid-range, then get to the three ball. You know, and if you learn the game in that succession, you're probably going to be in a pretty good three-point shooter. A prime example is Gage Curtis. Gage wanted to chuck the ball when he was in second grade. I'm like, it's not going to happen. If you shoot the ball from there, you're going to be on the bench. And he learned the game by about 5th, 6th grade, he got to where he could really shoot the 3-ball, and from that point on, he hasn't looked back. So, but you know,
it's how you earn the privilege.
Yeah,
it's how you earn the coach's trust. You know, you can even, you know, they talk about Bluter and Clark, right? You know, she let Caitlin do things that nobody else could do, but she earned it. She was in the gym. She proved she could do it.
Absolutely.
So let a good coach is going to let the players play.
Absolutely. And the thing about this particular group is they're very, very unique as far as you don't have a lot of kids that are the same player.
No.
Like Spence, there's nobody that plays a game like Spence, you know. Gage is a sniper, you know. Sammy, he can do just the most unorthodox moves to get his shot off.
Yes.
And then, it's needless to say, Kavion is just a freak of nature. You know what I mean?
Yes, that's
Ian can jump out of the gym. I mean, this is a very unique group. You know, I remember Cade working with him in the gym, putting guys on his hip, learning position. I mean, his vision on the interior to pass the ball out is absolutely amazing. And the average big man in the MAC or even in high school doesn't have the interior vision that he has to get the ball out to the open shooter. You know, so this is a very unique group. It's a very unique group, and it's a very fun group.
And, you know, they're confident. They're not cocky.
No.
You know, and this is something I think it was Brett was talking about with Kavion. You know, obviously he's back this year. He was at Assumption last year. He came back a more confident player. Yeah. He walks out on the court. He knows he's the best player on the court, but in a good way.
In a good way.
Right? You know, and I think that's all you can ask for, right?
Yeah. He actually found out he was going to Assumption when we were coming back from an AAU tournament in Kansas. He wasn't happy about it at the time, but in all honesty, I think that 1 year gave him just an understanding of how to win. You know, winning a championship changes things. It changes your viewpoint because you know what it took to get to that point. And hopefully he can instill that in these guys as a senior leader, and hopefully they'll have opportunity to compete.
You may need to remind Avian to put the ball in the hole, like in the rim.
Yeah. We'll work on that.
Well, and, you know, that was one thing I think it was Brett and I were talking about is last year this team, I mean, it was pretty much the same team, right? And they would be with teams full 3 quarters, even halfway through the fourth. And then invariably something would happen, right?
Yeah.
You know, whether it's two turnovers, they leave somebody wide open for a shot, and the momentum comes, and it all just sort of like they couldn't quite get over the hump. But this year, it seems to be different. And, you know, it very well could be that Kavion factor.
Oh, he has a lot to do with it. You know, you need that general. You need that guy who's the leader, that guy that's going to put you on his back and say, we're going to win. And you follow that guy. And if you're the type of guy who has a type of character that kids respect, they'll follow you through the fire. You know, and I think that's what we're dealing with right now. You know, and this group, I mean, I was taking these kids to AAU tournaments as freshmen, and they're knocking down some big teams in their age group. And it's like, guys, you can win.
Yep.
And for whatever reason, they would get at the high school level and get in their heads, overthink the game. And I think this year you're dealing with a lot more maturity, and they're just putting it all together.
I would agree with that. This is, you know, I said for a long time, this is the team that I've wanted to broadcast for a long time, right?
Yeah.
You know, they're exciting. They're just fun to watch. I mean, they're up and down the court. It's going to be a blast. And North's got some legs too, so you know, this is going to be a track meet, I got a feeling.
North is tough. And the funny thing is, most of the kids in our team know most of the kids on that team. They've played against each other since they were 2nd, 3rd graders. You know, so it's interesting. There's a lot of relationships that are already developed. And just a lot of competitive drive, you know, so it's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun.
Well, sir, thank you for stopping down. It's been an absolute blast. I really, again, I can't say enough. Give a quick shout out for Next Level. You know, if your kid's interested in basketball at all, Get them involved. There's multiple teams. They'll find a spot for them. I've seen you go into the Y to find kids, and
I can name 5 or 6 kids from here that I pulled out of the Y as little kids.
And that's what it takes. And that's, we talked about Muscatine has the athletes.
Oh, yeah.
We've needed the program.
Yep.
And
they just need an opportunity at a young age.
I was saying this earlier. What you guys have built reminds me of the softball program in Muscatine, right?
Yeah.
Like the softball program has been the gold standard in Muscatine since I was a kid.
Absolutely.
And I think the basketball program is going to be there.
I hope so. And I think that the big thing about having this success at the high school level is, like, we bring the younger groups to the games.
Yeah.
And they get to see the kids, and this is what they aspire to be. So, it's a big deal for them. Yeah. It's a big deal for us, and we're now getting to just really appreciate the fruit of our hard work. The coaching, I'm just a guy. Without the coaches, without the parents, without everybody who puts the work in, without my wife who does everything behind the scenes.
Oh my goodness, she's crazy.
Without everybody involved, we don't get this product.
Well, you know what? I'll say this for the entire community. Thank you. And thank Elva. Thank your dad. Thank everybody.
Absolutely.
Thank coaches, Coach Wiley out there. Oh, I do have to give a quick shout out to our coaches.
Absolutely.
Nate Randleman, Clay Dillon, Chris Nienhaus, Collier. You
guys have a couple coaches.
We got a couple coaches, and you know what? Most of the time I can keep them from getting technicals at the table.
Absolutely.
But again, thank you, sir. Really appreciate it. Great to see you.
Thank you.
Now, go enjoy the game.
All right. Take care.
Thanks, son.
Cruz said he's ready to talk to you. Cruz said he's ready to talk to you.
Well, Roland,
Yes.
what do you think? Did you do any major research or come to any massive conclusions?
Conclusions? Well, I talked to North coach Marquez Davis for a moment. Only piece of information, he talked a little about trying to stop Hodges and trying to basically stay in front, make him go lateral and that kind of thing. Some bit of news, though, for North is Gavin McClellan is going to be playing his first game of the year tonight. He suffered a foot injury before the season. Post player, 6'5". And it's going to help the depth. Not going to play a lot of minutes tonight, probably maybe 3 minutes at a time here and there, he said, trying to get him back into game shape. But that's good news for the Wildcats to try to stop this Muskie team. So there is that.
Well, quick side note to thank our sponsor, Muscatine Radiology. Folks, if you need anything imaging, call Tricia Biedenbender out at Muscatine Radiology. Just do it. I don't care. CT scan, MRI, mammogram. My wife's going to shoot me for saying this, but she says they do a great job, and I'm just going to trust her at that. I'm not going to ask for details on what that means. I just know that she's happy when she comes back, and it doesn't seem like a thing you should be happy when you come back from. So, again, Muscatine Radiology, thank you very much. Folks, you can see down at the bottom everything they can do for you. Definitely reach out. Tell Tricia that we sent you.
Definitely. A lot of great support in the Muscatine
Yeah,
community.
absolutely.
Always, when it comes to Muskie athletics, for sure. So we're ready for the main course here, the entree, the 5th-ranked Muscatine Muskies.
5th-ranked.
Up 1 spot this week. Only 1 of 3 undefeated teams remaining in Class 4A. I believe, what is it, Cedar Falls and Council Bluffs Abe Lincoln, I think, are the other 2?
It would be, Cedar Falls, Muscatine.
Abe Lincoln is also undefeated.
Well, that's here's your rankings, folks.
Those are the rankings, yeah.
So, again, I honestly can't remember the last time we were totally ranked this high. And again, the one other team that I do want to take a minute to compare this to while we wait for them to get going here is the 2001 team. So our 2001 team was like Nate Randleman, Meineke, those guys. And Nate was saying what reminds him of his team, because I was trying to compare him to, past Muskie teams like this, is they were deep, right? They could run 10 guys. They were going to beat you with their 7 and 10 guys. Mm-hmm. And So that was something that was really kind of interesting because that is something this team can do as well.
And we got I believe the standings and the MAC as well. It's always good to see Muscatine all by themselves on top, and it's kind of a log jam when you look a little farther in the standings. There are a bunch of teams tied at 4-2, including this Davenport North team. It's surprising, I think, to a few people out there maybe that North is doing as well as they have been. Off to a 4-2 start. Those 2 losses for the Wildcats coming to Assumption and to Bettendorf.
So as we look at the Muskie lineup, some of the names that you're going to want to keep and guys are going to want to keep an eye on, Kavion Hodges obviously is the spark plug for everything. Sam and Ian Church kind of patrol underneath. Got some great highlights in the last game of Ian with a couple blocks from behind and just ridiculously athletic and jump out of the gym. And then Spencer B, great, just Swiss Army knife, going to do all the things.
Coach Tirelli has a lot of great things to say about this job. He has stepped up and really the spark he's provided for this team.
Yeah, man, he's the guy who doesn't always show up in the box score, but he's kind of a Kate Merteny kind of thing. You know, like he's just always there. And again, Canton Walsh, very similar. You're going to see him playing kind of that wing thing like his dad did. One of the great plays that I can remember from earlier this season, just his ability to jump in front of people, get set, and get a charge called. It looked like he got flipping smoked like a linebacker hit him. But that's what you get with this team. They're all different. They all play their role, and they know it, and they do it well.
You mentioned Ian, but what about the job Sam's done here as a sophomore to step up? And the guy is 11 of 23 on the year from three-point range, nearly 50%.
Sam's just this beast. I don't know. Like, and the weird thing is, though, like, Sam's like kind of a quiet beast in a weird way. Like, he's a machine. Sam's always there. Sam's always there. Sam's always there. And with him, he does a lot of stuff that is extraordinary, but he makes it look so easy. You don't always quite realize what he's done.
Well, you look at the Wildcats, there's not one player to really key on. They've had, their first 5 games, 4 different players were their leading scorer. So they got a bunch of different guys who step up on different nights. You're going to get DeAndre Smith, a senior, the big man down low, and not just tall, but stocky big. He just takes up a lot of space down there. He's averaging nearly 15 points per ball game. Has done a real nice job on the post. Then you got a bunch of, Jimmy Carter Jr. has stepped up, has given a nice.
Any relation to President Carter?
To the late President Carter? No relation there. So, but
I had to ask.
No, that's fine.
Since I first looked at the roster, I knew I couldn't stop myself.
Yeah,
I knew I couldn't.
He played on the JV team with my son last year, and I was always call him the president, right? The president's doing it again. So, John L. Johnson Jr., another player that's averaging double figures for North, definitely has a lot of athleticism and can shoot the 3 as well, 34% on the season. Teneric Brady, senior point guard, 43% from three-point range. So this is a team that likes to run, that likes to shoot the 3, likes to get up and down. So again, we're in for a track meet tonight, and I would expect the winning team to be in the 80s.
That would not surprise me at all. I would be ecstatic.
So we're about ready to go here. The announcements have been made. They already did the national anthem before the girls' game, so teams are out there and we're ready to play. It's like Ian Church, Nate Karanen, Sam Church.
Hey, you got, and I will apologize in advance to the Karanen family. I will not get enough in there.
Kate DeFelt, that's your starting 5 for Muscatine. For North, Teneric Brady, Janelle Johnson Jr., I believe Jimmy Carter is out there, Kayleen Shadrick, and DeAndre Smith, who's jumping it. That's your starting 5 for North, and the Muskies control the ball to begin the ball game. And right away, Hodges takes it in and doesn't pull the trigger. Kiernan almost traveled, kept the pivot foot down, and the Muskies convert. Cade Default scores first. Didn't take long. Just 20 seconds into this ball game to score some points, and here comes North trying to answer. And number 35 there's McClellan. That's his first game of the year. He's coming back from that foot injury, so we'll see how able he is to move around down there. There's a three-pointer put up and put in, and the answer by John L. Johnson Jr. So let the track meet begin. The gun is sounded. 3-2 North jumps out on top. That shot too strong. Wildcats have the rebound. Smith back to Johnson. Now Teneric Brady will set things up between the circles. Smith puts it down. Brady will fire for three. That one rattles home. 2 threes early on for the Wildcats, and they're on top 6-2. Brady putting on the pressure as Luke Harridan beats it, and the Muskies get things going. 20 on the shot clock, plenty of time. Default throws it up, a little fade away from the elbow, no good. Smith clears the board, and the Wildcats will slow things down. Teneric Brady off to Smith. Smith back down his defender, turns, shoots, soft touch, but can't buy it. And here come the Muskies. Luke Harridan, precarious with the ball, gets away with it off to Hodges. Hodges stops and pops. Can't buy it. The ball's fought for. The Wildcats got it and then lost it. Hodges steals it. Here come the Muskies the other way. Spin move. Off the iron. And back to North it goes. North coached by Marquez Davis in his 4th year, 41-35 with the Wildcats. Luke Tirelli, of course, the head man for Muscatine, also in his 4th year, 20-55 for the Muskies. Both these head coaches coming in this league the same year. Teneric stops, shoots off the glass, and Teneric Brady's got 5 early, and the Cats on top 8-2. Luke Harridan into the front court. Brady's guarding him tight. Luke Harridan drives by, needs help, finds it. Hodges will shoot from the baseline. That's too strong. And the ball off of Jimmy Carter will stay with the Muskies. Luke Harridan to throw it in on the baseline. Looks, and there's Hodges cutting strong. Can't get it to go. The iron has been unkind to the Muskies early. A couple of subs already waiting to come in the game for North. Brady has the ball between the circles. Brady drives right by Luke Harridan. Can't get it to go. Late whistle. Ooh. That was almost one of those NBA ones where the ref waits to see if the basket goes in or not, and then when it doesn't.
Let's take another look at this and see what we got. Well, yeah, I think it got him twisted a little bit.
So free throws upcoming for Brady. 76% on the season. See, I did my homework.
Yes.
Always do my homework. First one up and good for Brady. He's got 6 points early. Derek Pena into the ball game. Pena sporting the haircut. Last year, that guy had some long hair. Again, saw him play also a running back on the football team. Very high energy type player. That free throw in as well. Here's the drive, shot up and good by Sam Church. So 10-4, good buddy is our count midway through this first quarter. Brady draws the double team, kicks out. Smith will fire for three. No. Rebound to Church. Muskies need a basket, down 6 early. Into the corner, drive. Cut off there was Ian Church. Church needs help. Now Sam has it right in front of the north bench. Ian gives it off. Hodges drives, spins, shoots, and gets it to go. Kavian Hodges' first basket of the game. He comes in, leading scorer on the Muskie team, averaging over 18 a game. Under 3 to go, first quarter. Teneric Brady stops, shoots, and gets it. Well, Teneric Brady can't miss early. Already 9 points for the Cats as they're doubling up the 5th-ranked Muskies, 12-6. Ian Church drives in, stops, kicks to an open teammate. That three is no good by Lucanen. Smith clears the board. Up quickly come the Cats and Teneric Brady. They clear out for him. A little pick and roll action with Smith. Brady stops. See just how hot he is. The heat check comes off this time. And Hodges the rebound.
What was he, a solid 36, 38 inches in the air on that shot? Merry Christmas.
Here's the drive. Strong and great finish, Ian Church. Well, the Muskies needed that basket, and that cuts it down to a 4-point ball game. Under 2 to play, first quarter. Brady to Jonell Johnson Jr. JJ, no, back. Brady stops, will shoot. A long 2, I believe, no good. Hodges running the other way. Nice snag, but Teneric Brady skies high again. This time blocks the shot. And a bunch of substitutions coming in for North. You can see Coach Davis wants to keep fresh bodies in this ball game against this Muskie team. Baseline move, shot no good. Rebound pulled down by Kayleen Shadrick. Brady now kicks to the open man in the corner, gets it right back. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Here's the drive by Shadrick, and a whistle comes on the baseline. There will be a foul. That foul called on Spencer Beal, and we got a timeout on the floor. Well, early impressions here of this game, Chris, up and down the floor. So far, the Muskies can't seem to be buying enough baskets.
Yeah, I think that's kind of I'm trying to think over the last couple games. I feel like they did start out a little slower, just things not rattling in. And then at some point, something's going to break loose, and then they'll fire up. This is going to sound, maybe not great, but for as poorly as they've shot, only being down 4 is not a bad place to be.
No.
And, not that they've necessarily shot horribly, just things haven't gone in the hole.
Well, it's a chilly night. It's chilly in this gym, and it's a road venue, so it just takes a little time maybe to get the blood pumping and get things. You see that first one kind of go in. Each guy has to see that first one go in, and then things will be all right.
Yeah, it is, again, surprisingly chilly in here. Like somebody totally left all the doors open.
Yeah. No, Here's a 3. That one missing badly by Alexander Creighton. Here comes the drive the other way. Hodges answers 12-10. All of a sudden, lead down to 2. Brady's played the entire way at point guard. Trying to get that screen out there. Shadrick not really providing it. Brady finally gives up the ball. Gets it right back. 8 on the shot clock. Brady's got to go. Ball's loose. Down to 3 on the shot clock. Got to fire. The 3 is good. Oh, backbreaker for the Muskies. Alexander Creighton, corner 3. Here's Hodges trying to answer. Draws the foul and the finish. Five seconds left here in this first quarter, and Hodges will try to draw the Muskies within 2. Hodges a 76% free throw shooter on the season. Well, that one all over the iron, but falls through the hole. So 5 seconds left for North to try to get up a shot. Brady's got a bunch of speed. He'll fire it into the corner. The ball knocked out of bounds. Will stay with North. 1.8 seconds left on the clock. North used to run an alley-oop play out of this. We'll see what they do here. Instead, the ball's knocked away, and that's how this first quarter will end. And it was a good first quarter. Wildcats 15, Muskies 13. And as we expected, a good game here tonight on the north side of Davenport.
We'll let you guys go into the quarter, send you off with some highlights. Oh, those are the girls. Holy cow, folks. My bad.
Yep, Muskie fans have seen enough of those highlights.
Yeah, yep, let's slide. That's still the girls. Holy free holies, Batman.
Well, while you figure that out, elsewhere around the conference tonight, Clinton is at Assumption. Bettendorf is playing up in DeWitt. Pleasant Valley and Davenport West are hooking up, and Davenport Central plays North Scott. Tuesday night, these two teams will meet up again later in the year down in Muscatine on Valentine's Day, by the way. Valentine's Day on a Friday this year, so get those dinner reservations in early. Here's Jimmy Carter. The president gives it up and gets it back. Drives, takes an extra step. No call there, but he does draw the foul and finishes it. So Jimmy Carter a chance for the three-point play.
Ooh, I'm not sure. I think he might have been pretty set there.
Thought there might have been an extra step, too. Dalfeld back into the game for Muscatine. And we got all the confusion figured out, and we're ready to go. Free throw no good by Carter. Muskies grab the board. 17-13, North on top. Luke Harridan needs some help. They swing it around. Looking down for Dalfeld. He'll have it. Double team down there. Nice look down low, and the finish. Sam Church. Back to a 2-point game. There's David Joyner in the game now for North. He wears number 3. There's Pena. kick it to the corner. Joyner stops and pops, and that one begs off, no good. Rebound, though, by the Wildcats. They'll get another crack at it. Carter controls the ball to Chadrick. He drives, throws up a little running hook shot, and gets that to go. Kayleen Chadrick. Chadrick in his second year with North after transferring over from Davenport West. Here's the ball, kick to the corner, bodies flying everywhere. Very physical start here. Three-pointer will not be shot. Instead, kick to the corner. Here's Hodges for three. That one off fire, no good. Oh, Chadrick draws the whistle over the back. Looks to be the call. Cade Dahlfeld picks up. Dahlfeld.
Yeah.
See, when I asked for the pronouncers,
I wrote D-A-H. Daw. I'm not good at spelling
D-A-H?
it. Yeah, well, I don't know.
Dahlfeld.
I've said it for my entire life.
My apologies to his family.
No, I'm
trying. David Joyner scores 2.
And folks, don't let that dissuade you. This guy does more homework on a game than anybody I've ever seen. Any of the announcers we've ever had. He comes in with literal 5-6 pages of notes.
And it's crazy because I only use 10%
Hodges.
of it. I'm just like, Hodges scores 2. He's got 8.
I remember as we were coming down, the Muskies were about to could possibly make it into the playoffs in football, and you literally had
Every scenario. Yeah.
Literally every scenario with margins, and it was nuts.
We're following the Des Moines Roosevelt game because if they win, then
yes.
Yeah.
Yep. And you remember it. That's the crazy part.
.5:15 to go here in the second quarter. 23-17. Cats on top of the Muskies. Pena swings it over. Joyner gets by the defense, but Hodges recovers in time to affect that shot, and here come the Muskies. Hodges looks for help. That's Welsh. Welsh quickly gives it up himself to Gage Curtis. Speaking of Muskie football, Gage Curtis in the game now. And he'll fire for 3 and just right on cue.
That is a pack and ship delivered three-pointer. I know that's not the line, Brian. I'm going to get there.
The perfect delivery at that. All right, here's Chadrick with the ball.
Well, and that was what Terrence was talking about. That is that exact shot that we were talking about.
Carter misses. Here come the Muskies. A chance to tie with the long ball. Here it goes.
And that's low.
No, just off too strong. Online, just too strong. And Coach Davis telling his Cats to slow things down. Joyner looks to get the pick from Chadrick. He'll drive. A lot of contact. Coach Davis says his player was shooting. We'll see if the officials agree. Looks like, they are going to give him a couple of free throws, Chris. So Joyner heads to the line where he shoots 73% on the year. Joyner comes in averaging 6 points a game on the season. Gets the free throw to go. Joyner can't get the second, so he splits the 2, and it's a 4-point North lead.
Nope.
Here's the 3 up. No good. Curtis, the rebound pulled down by the Cats. Smith back into the ball game. Throw it up to Joyner, then Smith gets it back. Smith doing some work top of the key. And then took an extra step. Well, the big man was dancing, didn't get away with it, and the Muskies get the ball back, down 4. Curtis throws it over to Bial. Back to Curtis. Here's a 3. That one off the iron, no good by Hodges. Rebound loose. Hodges gets it back himself. Can't get the runner to go, and the rebound this time goes to North's Kayleen Shadrick. Teneric Brady back into the game, and a lot of time on the bench for Brady. He was hot early, can't get that to go. Rebound goes right to Smith. Look what I found. And there's the easy basket for the big man. 26-20. Curtis quickly back the other way. Hodges, nice look down low. There's 2 and 1 opportunity coming for the Muskies. Ian Church. Well, Kavian Hodges saw that the whole way, fired that pass down low, and an and 1 opportunity for Church. (26-23). 2:38 left here, quarter number 2. Here's Brady off to Jimmy Carter. Chadrick couldn't find the baseline runner quick enough. Brady will drive. Brady just muscles it up and in. Well, Teneric Brady continues to put on a show tonight. Cats lead back up to 5. Here's Bial. Off to Curtis. Curtis between the circles. Number 1 guarded by number 1. Hodges drives. That one falls off the rim. No. Church the rebound. No, but a foul will send Ian Church back to the free throw stripe. There are some strong-looking dudes out there on both sides.
There are.
You don't really have the tall, lanky guys. You got a lot of muscle out
there.
there.
They're tall-built guys.
So Church cashes in, and it's back to a 3-point game. Final 2 to play here in quarter number 2. John now, and they swing it around. Jimmy Carter off to Chadrick. Here's Teneric. Teneric's been hot. He wants everyone to clear out. He's going to take Curtis and stop and pop. Misses badly. Ball back to the Muskies. Now a little pressure being shown here, and the token pressure look by North. Sam Church gets it into the front court. Church back to his brother. Ian throws it over to Gage and gets it over to Sam. Sam, top of the key, drives in, kicks it out to an unsured 3-pointer, no good. Rebound, no by Church. The feet just weren't really set there for Bial on that 3-point attempt. Here's Carter. Carter thinks about it. And now they'll reset. 1 minute remaining in this second quarter. Back and forth game thus far. Now a steal by Hodges. Hodges, showtime!
Oh, shoot.
Now a foul the other way. Well, you saw that coming. Hodges picks the pocket and puts on the show. Muskies cut the lead to 1.
Helps if I have the right camera on for the replay there, folks. Here it comes as they get ready to inbound the ball. That's what we were looking for.
North to inbound baseline. Into Smith. Guarded by Church. Smith backs him down. Off balance shot, but gets it to go. DeAndre Smith has 4. The lead back to 3. 4-second difference on the shot clock, so Gage will fire, rims in and out, no good. Oh,
Man.
halfway around the bowl and out.
I don't think I've seen the Muskies have this many roll in and out, this many do those sorts of things. Holy cow.
So the shot clock is off. North can play for the last shot and guarantee themselves the lead going into halftime. Brady will jog it into the front court. Just dribble that clock down to 15 seconds now. Curtis gets a screen. Here's a drive. Brady lost control. Here come the Muskies, 2-on-1. Shot up and good by Sam Church. And that's going to bring us to halftime. The Muskies down just one. Wildcats on top 30-29.
There we go. Take another look at the end of the half there.
Not quite on that 80-point pace, but it's been back and forth. It's been a lot of exciting action to this ball game.
You know, this has been a lot of fun to watch. I think there's going to be something that breaks for one team or the other in the second half, for sure.
So checking out your scoring here in the first half, the Wildcats led by Teneric Brady, 11 points. Janelle Johnson had 3. Jimmy Carter, a couple of baskets for 4. Kayleen Shadrick, 1 hoop for 2. DeAndre Smith, 4 points. David Joyner, 3. And Alexander Creighton, a long ball for 3 points. For the Muskies, some quick addition here. 7 points by Ian Church. Younger brother Sam had 6. I had 10 points for Kavian Hodges, 2 for Cade DeFelt.
No.
Say it for me.
DeFelt.
How is that not what I said?
I'm not sure. Hey, holy cow, she who cannot be named is here.
So Cade had 2, Gage 3 in that first half.
Mind if we talk with Miss Becca Haig for a moment?
You sure can.
Awesome. We have an undisputed. We have an undisputed Muskie legend with us now.
Muskie legend?
Am I allowed to say your name anymore?
Yeah, I
can again?
I guess.
So I am joined by Becca. You didn't know I was going to put you on camera, did you?
No, I didn't even know I was going to be here, to be honest.
Yes, you did. You said you were going to be here.
Practice got moved today, so
Ah.
I had to hurry over.
And what practice is that for Miss Becca?
I play softball at St. Ambrose University.
Right. So for those that don't know Becca, she was a Muskie for a long time. Like, 15, 16 years?
My whole life.
13, probably. Through 12th grade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Born and raised.
Yeah. In case you can't tell, I love giving Becca crap. 3 sports?
I played volleyball my freshman year, but just basketball and softball.
It kind of decided to take a winter off when you hurt yourself a little bit.
Yeah, I had to make the decision if I was going to miss my senior year of softball or my senior year of basketball, and that was a pretty easy decision for me. I mean, basketball was a sport for me my whole entire life, but at the end of the day, I knew what I wanted to pursue when I got older, and obviously it was softball.
Yeah, and so what's it like watching your younger sisters play?
Comical.
Oh, my goodness.
Am I allowed to say that?
Oh, my goodness. You can say whatever you want. You just have to go home to them.
Yeah, I think it's comical. They always like to give me crap, but, at the end of the day, I think I would be a starter on this team if I was still playing.
Well, yeah, you've got age and experience on them. I mean, you should.
Yeah, but, I just think Allison just always likes to give me crap,
Yeah, so something you should know. These girls are, let's just call it feisty. They may take after their mom a little bit.
Just a little.
Just a little bit. Which Jen is teacher in the Muscatine School District, also one of the coaches of that mighty softball program that we talk so fondly about. So what did you see in the first half of this boys game that excited you, or what do you think they're going to need to do different to break out of this little slump?
I'm really not a basketball expert, but I'll give it a shot.
Give it a shot.
I think that we are very good offensive rebounders, and I feel like we're lacking on the offensive boards today. But, I mean, Davenport North is a good school, so I think they have to come out of that. But, I mean, we're not giving them the glass, but we also are giving them some pretty open three-point shots. So.
Okay. Double checking to make sure Cruz is coming down. So, yes, offensive glass. I've been surprised at how many the Muskies have had roll out. Like, normally they're a better shooting team, not necessarily having tons of offensive rebound opportunities. And they've had some just spin and spin. And I don't know if that's to the defense's credit or if it's just a slightly off night for the Muskies. But
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's the defensive credit or, I don't know, it just seems like there's a hole on top of the hoop. And I mentioned up in the stands earlier, I think it's darker on this side of the court than it is the other side.
I do believe you may be right. It's definitely cold in here, though. Now, would that have bothered you as a player?
I was a sweater. So probably not. It probably would have felt good. But, you know, when you play Davenport North, all you're doing is running up and down the court. Remember 2 years ago I said, mark my word, they're going to win a state championship.
Yep, you did.
I think they would have won it last year if Bernie didn't get hurt.
I think that's a very fair assessment. And, you know, unfortunately, we had a, up-close view of that. And, man, you just hate to see anybody get hurt. But, holy cow, that one, we all knew, like, right away it didn't look good. But I'm glad to see she's back. She's playing well. She's, continuing on with everything that she needs to do. So let's get some more highlights up because I'm sure everybody loves to watch Muskie highlights.
They're probably bored of seeing us.
Holy cow. There we go. I think our audio slipped down. There we go. So Coach Youngbauer's here with us, and, as we were just talking about, he 89, 90 through early aughts, something like that. And what I've always loved, I was there that 95, 96, 97, sophomore, junior, senior year. And I wasn't on the team, but I was one of the managers that did the stats with like Matt Kotz and Chris Jones and those guys. So I was there with you guys all the time. And I was always amazed at your intensity, but it was an intensity that was because you expected a lot out of them and you knew they had it. They may not have always loved it. I will be honest, right? Some of the bus rides home, but that's what a coach should be, right? That's what a coach should be. And, to this day, they all say the same thing, right? And, we got to talk last night at Wyatt's practice a little bit about some of these other teams. And, after you did your little, you can't pick as a coach, you did have some really great insights. What do you see in this team?
Well, this team is outstanding. And, this is great for a challenge like this. They need games like this. But I'll tell you what, I think they have a lot of what I call spurtability. So, I thought that gave you on that steal you had, that dunk was really going to propel us. But give North credit, They're really doing a good job controlling tempo, and they run some nice stuff. They have some nice players. This is going to be a real dogfight, but make no question about it. Muscatine.
Yeah, no, this is, and man, it's just fun to watch them. And that's, again, what we were talking about last night is, you compare teams from different eras just for fun, right? Because they all have their own special places. And this one will forever have regardless of how the rest of the season goes, this team will always have a place in Muscatine's heart, no question.
They're definitely one of the upper echelon teams, one of the best teams we've ever had in Muscatine. Just outstanding kids, as I told you last night. Great kids who love basketball. The athleticism is really outstanding. Their length is what really, I think, separates them from a lot of the other teams.
I would absolutely agree, sir. Well, we are getting ready to go back to action, so if you want, we'll let Roland slide back in. But, T.Y., thank you for stopping over. Appreciate it, man. Yep, have a great one. Oh, there we go.
Might be just what we were talking about here. Something happening kind of provides a spark, and now North just looks lost right now. Definitely a different focus by the Muskies coming out in the second half.
Yeah, if you weren't able to hear T.Y., that's actually what he was just saying is spurtability. I think he may have made up a word.
Well, Teneric Brady will not go quietly into that good night as he has the answer from deep, and we are knotted up at 33. A whistle down low, and offensive foul. Illegal screen, I believe, is the call. Moving screen on the Muskies.
We'll take a quick look at a little Kavian Hodges dunk while we wait for them to get it all set and ready to go.
.33 here. North has the ball. Jimmy Carter over to Teneric Brady. Brady trying to beat this zone defense right now by the Muskies. There's Janelle Johnson Jr. with it. On top, Carter. Carter between the circles. Looks for a cutter. Some contact, no call. Now they'll swing it the other way. Back to Brady. Shot clock down to 5 seconds, so Creighton will fire and miss everything. Creighton up against the shot clock. He had a 3 in the first half. Couldn't find iron there. The Muskies have a chance to grab their second lead of the game. Church into the front court. Smith guards him. And lost the ball, luckily right to a teammate. Now it's tipped away, but again, Hodge is there to save the day.
Well, you know, and one of the things T.Y. was talking about, which I realized we hit a mute button on one of the other controllers, so I apologize for that, folks. But T.Y., I'm going to tell you, he was just genius, like always. I totally lost what I was going to say. I do that all the time.
You said he was genius as always, and then it just evaporated.
It totally evaporated.
Mid-air.
Those of you that know me know that happens all the time.
Here's the 3. That one flushes home for Sam Church.
That is another well-delivered package. A pack and ship 3.
You remembered that? We're getting there.
We're getting there.
Creighton off to Janelle Johnson. Here's Jimmy Carter. JJ has it. JJ looks for some help. The Muskies have definitely picked up the defensive intensity here in the second half. Jimmy Carter all the way down the lane and scores the basket. Hodges, that's too strong. Rebound. Johnson off to Brady. Brady thought about it, decided not to pull the trigger. Gives it off to Carter. Instead, Carter will fire that one off the iron. Here come the Muskies. Up 1, looking for more. Into the corner, wide open 3. That one too strong. Rebound, Janelle Johnson. Brady the other way. Nice look down low. Creighton wanted to draw a foul, I think. Just threw it up wildly. Nothing there. And here comes the Muskies the other way. And they score. Sam Church takes them to Church, and they're up by 3, 38-35. Well, Creighton seeing some extended time here, more so than usual. Number 24 missed that last layup. It's a nice look down low against this zone. Fell out of bounds. They got away with it. Smith shot no good, and now a foul. Smith definitely had one of his big paws on the end line. The referee didn't see it, and the Muskies end up committing a foul a little later after the rebound.
There's a whole lot of going on down there.
So Johnson heads to the stripe where he's 77% on the year. That one's true.
Spencer Bia for the Muskies.
Shadrick comes back in for North. Second free throw is up, and that's good as well for Johnson. And it's a 1-point game again. Muskies up 38-37. Little pressure put on here by Creighton. Bial beats it. Off to Hodges. Hodges looks down low, gets it right back. Will shoot the fadeaway 3. No. Rebound, Bial.
And that's one of those things that I was talking about at the top of the show.
Hustle plays.
Yep.
Bial will go baseline right by Creighton. Now with the double team, the help is there. Muskies need to reset. Still 16 on the shot clock. Bad pass though. Shadrick had it, and then bodies go flying to the floor. Foul on Muscatine. The big Cade picks up the foul, I believe. That's his third. 3 fouls. Let's see if he stays in the game or not. And if he does, you'd have to assume North's going to attack him.
You know, I'm okay with this decision by Coach Tirelli.
Here's Smith, goes right through the heart of the D, and he'll go to the line. And maybe Hodges on that foul.
I'm okay with this. Cade's a smart player. I would totally trust him out there as a senior. Absolutely, I trust him.
And they're playing a zone defense, so you're able to hide him down there. And
yep.
Free throw, no good. DeAndre Smith just 64% on the season, misses the first.
Well, okay, apparently Tirelli didn't trust him too far. No.
Yeah.
Trusted not a bad decision.
Trusted him with possession.
Yeah.
Pena back in the game for North.
That said, there's no necessary reason to have him when you've got a bench like ours. There's no sense in risking it.
We are tied up again at 38. That ball lost out of bounds.
Curtis
will stay with the Muskies. Gage Curtis back in the game, pulls the trigger, finds Hodges. They work it around the perimeter. Back to Curtis. There's Bial. He turns, loses the ball, some contact, and a foul upcoming on North. David Joyner, the guilty party. That's his first. Fouls are picking up. That's the third on the Wildcats. The Muskies have 4 in this quarter. Gage throws it out, contested. Hodges wins that. Over to Sam Church. He could have been fouled there, no call. North comes the other way after the miss. Three-pointer from the corner, Jonell Johnson, no good. Smith the rebound, muscles it home for 2. Wildcats back on top, 40-38. Here's Sam Church. Shadrick has him, hands off Hodges, spins, drives, shoots and scores! Kavion with the pretty drive. Knocks us up at 40. Shadrick, pump fake, drive, Shadrick. A lot of contact, they're gonna call the charge, or excuse me, the blocking foul. Well, Hodges was set, there's no doubt about that.
Let's take a good look at this and see what everybody else thinks.
Yeah, the Muskies.
Let's see. Hodges sets a tent. That is like an assault in most countries.
That was an interesting call for sure. And Coach Tirelli is going to have some words for sure.
This is one of those times where I wish I could just put this up on the screen that I see on the wall over there.
Yeah, if this is like NBA and they got the little circle, the arc down there, maybe his feet were inside.
I don't even.
But yeah, there was no doubt he was set.
Look at this. Oops, sorry, folks. Yeah, here we go. So as we take a look at this, I can actually even I don't know. That's literally a video that you could put under the definition of a charge.
That is a bad call right there. And it's costly because not only is it a foul, he made the basket and has a three-point opportunity.
Yeah, that is somebody clip that, send it off to somewhere. I don't know. Now, granted, I get reffing is a tough job. I get it. That's a tough one.
Chadrick gets the free throw. North back up by 3. They'll show some full court pressure. Muskies beat that with ease. Here's Hodges. Hodges dribbles into a double team, kicks out to Curtis. Over to Bial in the corner. He drives the lane, kicks. Hodges for 3. No. Rebound. And a foul upcoming on North. A lot of contact there as Church went up and grabbed the board. So that's the 4th team foul on Davenport North. 2nd on Chadrick.
Now, see, I can understand why number 15 was confused on that. There we go. From the arc to the basket, back in shape delivers. There we go. I got it.
We're tied up again at 43. Rebound, Ian, up to Biao. Biao. No whistle. North gets the ball coming the other way. Joyner stops. Floater
Sorry,
gets
folks.
blocked. Rebound pulled down by Church. More contact, no whistle. Hodges off to Church. Church drives. Euro step. Shoots. No. Charge the call.
I'm just. I want to take a look at this again. There's the no call. Okay, maybe. Maybe a no call there. Let's take a look.
We have a technical foul while we take a look at it.
I really hope. If I'm going to put these two afterwards, I'm going to put these two in a side by side, and I don't know.
I'm not sure if it was Coach Tirelli or a player that was called for the
I'm not
technical.
sure, but I'll tell you this: somebody deserved one. That's the kind of thing. If you don't get a technical for arguing about that, you don't care about the game. I'll call that a good tech.
Johnson makes both the free throws. Wildcats go back up by 2. Couple of bang calls go against the purple and gold.
And, honestly, the thing that upsets me the most about that whole exchange, that, 20 seconds there, is the refs had lost control. Both ways, there was a lot of banging, whatever.
Now we have a foul here. The game has got very physical in the second half.
And that's, it's tough. Yes, there's a lot of contact in basketball. That's fine. But when it starts getting out of control, that's when the refs have got to take everything over and make sure that it doesn't get out of hand. Because, A, somebody could get hurt. But, B, no matter when you stop it, somebody's not going to be happy.
Both teams over the limit, so bonus free throws. Ian Church knocks home the first. Church 67% on the year. Second is up and good as well. We are tied once again at 45. See if the Cats decide to go 2 for 1. It's looking like they're just going to try to get a good shot.
Watching these guys stand down here in the corner, man, they're huge. I don't know how we can do this justice, folks. These guys are huge.
Here's Teneric Brady. Drives, stops, looks for some help. Shot clock down to 8. Brady will now do it himself. The ball is blocked. Saved, but right to Pena. Pena shoots, no good. Rebound Hodges. 8 seconds on the clock. Hodges throws it all the way down. Biao, a lot of contact, no whistle, shoots, no, but a foul upcoming with 1.8 seconds left. Biao will go to the line.
Take another look at that. Good thing the ball got knocked loose. Holy cow, man, this is just...
They let the first go, but they called it on the second. So 2 free throws upcoming for Biao. 73.7% on the year. Good free throw shooter. First one, he's good. Second also, Cats not going to get off a great shot, but has a chance. It was online, just a little short by Chadrick. And after 3, the Muskies are on top, 47-45. Hey, call a friend. Tell them to tune in. We got ourselves an exciting finish coming up here on the Discover Muscatine television network. will send Chadwick to the line. First is up and good by Chadwick.
Man, I can tell I'm rusty.
Second. That one falls off by Chadwick, so 1 of 2. 47-46, Muskies on top with the ball. Here's Biao. Guarded tightly out there by Brady. Off to Hodges. Hodges drives, no good. Rebound over the back, no call. And a tie-up, I believe, upcoming. They do call the jump ball. Muskies have the arrow. Church to a younger brother. Biao now Ian drives and scores. The lead back to 3. Here's Brady off to Joyner, gets it right back. Brady gives it right back. Hot potato between those two. Joyner looks uncomfortable with the ball right now, trying to find someone. Instead loses it, gets it off to Chadwick. Chadwick to tie the game. And here we go, we're tied up again. Kayleen Chadwick. The other way, Biao gets it to go, and he draws the foul. (51-49), Biao to the stripe, trying to convert the and one. .636 left in regulation. Joyner. Nothing there, finds Brady between the circles. Brady backs out. Coach Davis yells out the signals. Brady off to Smith. Smith drives down an open lane, scoops and scores. Well, DeAndre Smith, the big man, found an open door and walked right through it. 52-51. Biao stops at the free throw stripe, looks for Hodges. Hodges, top of the key, guarded by Pena. Hodges, step back three. No, rebound, comes to the Muskies, shot up good and a foul, and Biao is pumped. One of those hustle plays that we talked about pregame.
That's exactly what I was about to say.
Biao.
All right. I'm always amazed. We got a lane violation. I'm always amazed, and this goes both ways. Student section analysis of referee abilities. Facts are completely irrelevant.
Yeah. Second opportunity, and Biao takes advantage. Leads up to 4. 55-51. 5.5 to go. Here's Smith, guarded by Church. Smith drives, slips, and falls. Finds the teammate, and now a blocking foul called on Church. And I think we just had another technical foul.
He did. Look at, did you see this? This is ridiculous.
Well, is that the second on Tirelli or not?
I don't know. All I know is, let's take another look at this. We'll slow it down. Okay. I mean, how? I don't know what else to tell the kids.
It's not as blatant as that first one, but
no. But holy's Batman.
First free throw, good.
It's definitely.
So Johnson will shoot the technicals and then the foul shots. And then North should get the ball back following the technical. So this
Correct.
is a huge swing right
this
now.
This is a huge swing. And, the 2 technicals are on. If these guys had a replay ability, I think they'd all be overturned.
That's around the toilet bowl and down. So 4 free throws ties this game up at 55. And Davenport North is going to take a timeout and talk things over. And I think Coach Tirelli will probably send him a thank you because he probably wanted a timeout as well. Everyone kind of needs to take a breath right now. 55-55.
Is this not what we called at the beginning of the show?
When I called you last week, texted you last week, and threw this out there, I mean, this is perfect for what we could hope for. This has been an amazing game.
And you just hope that the next 5 minutes and 38 seconds are clean, right? It's a brand new ball game, 5 minutes, 38 seconds left.
Yeah. It's been physical. It's been physical both ways.
Yeah, and again, yes.
And, yeah, a lot of the calls definitely have been going North's way here on those bang-bang calls. So I'm assuming both technicals were not on Coach Tirelli because he's still in the game.
You're right, and there's been
the second one was definitely on the bench. I don't know. I couldn't tell from our angle who the first one was on.
I just got a text, and I it's not in my phone, and I know this number, but I don't know why it's not on my phone. Post those texts on the TV station Facebook pages. Somebody do that. I'm a little busy at the moment, but yes, that may not be a bad idea.
All right, North's ball. They've tied this up. Chance to get this lead back. Brady dribbling. Brady has some room now. Gives it back to Chadwick. Gets it right back. Brady drives, stops, needs help. No one's there. Finally, Smith bails him out. Smith drives, throws up a wild shot. Around and around and around and down.
That was ridiculous. I'll be honest, that was kind of cool. I'll admit, that was kind of cool.
57-55. Here's Hodges trying to answer, and a whistle down low will, not quite send him to the line. That will be baseline inbounds for the Muskies. Just the third team foul. Both teams with 3 with 5:01 to go. Sam Church to trigger.
Mike, come in. I think I agree with you.
Gage for 3. Rims in and out, but Sam Church is there to rebound. Can't get it to go. Ball is loose. Somehow Teneric Brady is there to grab it. A lot of heavy breathing out there right now. These guys are going hard. And North going to take their time on this possession. Bleed a little clock. 4.5 to go. Shot clock still at 15. Brady's going to get a screen from Pena. Brady uses it, drives, stops, fadeaway shot, short. Rebound to Sam Church. Here come the Muskies, trying to tie or maybe take the lead. Biao swinging up to Hodges, top of the key. Hodges guarded by Johnson, off to Church. Now here's Biao. Biao drives by Brady. Brady slaps at it and gets it. Oh, a nice play there by Teneric Brady. Slapped the ball loose, if we get another look, and then was able to throw it off. Was able to throw it off the Muscatine player, and North gets the ball back.
We'll catch you up with that one at the next break.
Midway through this fourth quarter. Here's Chadwick back to Brady. Smith now. John L. Johnson in front of his coach.
Johnson behind the back dribble, drives, stops, shoots, no, rebound Hodges. Johnson from behind knocks it away. Pena up to Brady. Brady scores. North's lead is 4. Hodges just got his pocket picked. Here come the Muskies trying to answer. Down low, and a hold going to be called on Derek Pena. 4th team foul on the Cats.
Wrong camera.
Ian Church back in for North. Out there with Bial, Hodges, Sam Church, and Gage Curtis. Curtis to trigger. Curtis looking corner. Sam for 3. It's good. That's one of your deliveries there. Sam comes through. Cuts the lead to 1.
From the arc to the basket, Pack and Ship delivers.
Teneric stops, fires it into the corner. Here's John L. Off to Derek, back to Teneric. Teneric Brady holds, guarded by Gage Curtis. Shot clock down to 10. Brady finds John L. Down low, Smith. Shot clock down to 6, 5, 4. Loses the ball. Here's Church with it. And now they'll slow things down. Sam Church into the front court. Down 1. Muskies can take the lead. Sam off to Kavion. Into the corner, Biao. Down low, Ian runs over the defender and an offensive foul called. Well, that looked to be the right call, but when all the calls are going against Muscatine,
it's a tough one. Yeah, I think
that's a tough one to take. And now we got a technical foul on Hodges.
What the heck? This has gotten ridiculously out of hand.
And they just motioned to somebody, maybe a fan they're kicking out as well. I'm not sure if Hodges, that's just his first tee.
Yeah, I mean,
Coach Tirelli wants a timeout. There definitely was a gesture to get security, so somebody said something over there.
And again, this goes back to losing control. And it's a disappointment that the officiating affects a game.
Obviously, a magic word was probably said.
I'm sure.
And, you don't want to see your players, especially your star player, and there has been a fan being escorted out of the game right now. That's what that was about.
And, at the end of the day, we're still only down 1.
3 technical fouls.
It's 8-on-5 out there.
That's 6 free points you're giving the other team.
And again, I hope, and I'm not perfect. I know I'm not. Just watch this broadcast. I'm not perfect. I know it.
So that's.
But I can guarantee I'll go back and I'll watch this and find out my mistakes and try and learn from it. I hope these guys do too.
So that's the 4th foul on Hodges. Technical is the 4th foul on Hodges, so now he is playing with, he can't give anything else up. Johnson, as he's done every time tonight, perfect from the line. 77% on the year, and he's been money tonight. Wildcats up 3 with 2 minutes to go. Call a friend. Tell them to tune in. This is amazing right now.
Mike Miller, I agree with you.
Teneric Brady calling out the signals.
Drake Reichert, agree with you.
Brady
Commander.
guarded by Gage Curtis. 17 on the shot clock. North being very patient with the ball. Chadrick sets the screen. Brady, fall away, no good. Rebound, pulled down by the Muskies. Church picks up his dribble, needs some help. Big Cade gets it back to him. 1:40 left. A 3 ties it. Hodges has the ball. Off to Biao. 90 seconds left.
Screen set, BL. Looks for help. Here's Hodges. He'll shoot to tie. Rims in and out. Rebound loose and pulled down by Smith.
Now, when do you start looking at stopping the clock?
Well, Coach wants to call timeout. That one, Coach Marquez calls the timeout. Marquez Davis for North. So North wants to set up a play here. Up 3, 1:12 left on the clock, 23 on the shot clock. And I'm assuming this play is going to take pretty much all those 23 seconds off the clock here. He's hoping to score, make it a 2-possession game with about 30, 40 seconds left. Right now, if you're North, you're looking at Teneric Brady, who's been a monster in this ball game, really being able to drive off of those screens and get some good shots. So if you're Coach Tirelli, you gotta be calling out those screens. You gotta be expecting them right now. Trying to force a bad shot right now by the Wildcats, and biggest thing right now is get that rebound. You got to box out. You can't give North a second opportunity right now. Again, Hodges playing with 4 fouls. Looks like Ian Church also has 4 fouls. Johnson and Chadwick both have 3 for North. So Teneric Brady has the ball. Off to Chadwick. There's a pick from behind by who else? Sam Church. Church drives, scores, and is fouled, and has a chance to tie this up. Well, Sam Church, oh boy, he was playing possum right there, just waiting for that. Ran up and blindside, stole it out of the hands of the North Wildcat, and has a chance to tie this game up. Church can't connect. Rebound is loose. It's fought for. It's on the ground, and I think we have, they're calling a timeout for North. They say he had possession, and they're giving North the timeout.
Okay.
The Wildcats did have the arrow, so it would have been their ball.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure he had possession to be able to call that timeout.
Apparently, as I tell my son, the refs are always right. He had the ball.
Heads up there on Coach Davis to call the timeout. They don't always give it to you, but you got to ask for it.
Stolzfus is out there. Hey, good to hear from you, man. Lost control of the game. Amen. You're right.
61-60. Wildcats up. 57 seconds left. 31 on the shot clock, so you don't have to foul quite yet. You just got to play good defense. Even if they make the 2, you still have a 3 to tie it. Teneric Brady very patiently dribbling in front of his bench. Down to 45, 18 on the shot clock. Curtis on the defensive end. Here comes Chadwick. There's your screen. Brady drives, stops, hangs, nothing there. Rebound, Muskies. Here's Curtis. Muskies have a chance to take the lead. Curtis picks up his dribble, 28 on the clock. Hodges dribbles away from trouble. Church for the lead. Sam Church.
That is from the arc to the basket. A perfect delivery from Sam Church and pack and ship.
Sam, take me to church, has given the Muskies a 63-61 advantage with 19 seconds to go.
Here's a nice, and now the refs are in the way of the replay. My goodness.
Sometimes it's just not your night.
Sometimes.
All right, so the Wildcats drawing up a play here. 2 to tie, 3 to win. They've been going Teneric Brady off of the screen. They've been trying to run this pick and roll with Chadwick and Brady. Chadwick's in the game. Pena's not really going to be the one to shoot. Smith down low. Keep your eye on him. Janelle Johnson and Taneric Brady are the 5 for North. Chadwick to fire and gets it in to Brady. Here we go. Brady finds Janelle Johnson in the corner. Back to Brady. Here's Smith on top. A three-pointer from way deep.
Oh, my goodness.
Smith knocks it home. 8 seconds left. The clock is stopped. Timeout is called by the Muskies. DeAndre Smith. Are you kidding me?
That was ridiculous. That's you got to give props there. That was as clutch gets. I don't know. I mean, that was as clutch gets.
I'm not sure that's what Coach Davis drew up.
I would almost bet it wasn't.
DeAndre Smith has made 8 of 26 threes coming into play tonight.
So it's not
So he shoots them, but he's not
that guy.
He's not that guy, but he was that guy. He's him, as they say, tonight.
And out of those 26, how many do you think were legitimately logo threes? Because that, I got to give the kid credit. That was
NBA range for sure.
That was
so
a step beyond.
All right, you're going Hodges here, right?
I think
Hodges drive, kick the church. Sam's hot right now.
I think you do the same thing the Muskies always do. You start it with Hodges, you let him do his thing, and he'll know what to do. Like, that sounds crazy, but he does.
All right, both teams are in the bonus, so a foul will send you to the line with a chance to win. Some full court pressure shown here. 8 seconds left. Here we go for the game. Curtis right back to Hodges. Hodges drives by Pena. Hodges all the way to the hole. No! Ball's out of bounds. Muskie ball. Hodges missed. Pena could not get the rebound.
1.3 seconds left.
1.3, and Coach Tirelli will take a timeout to draw something up.
Now, I'll tell you this. We have an awesome inbounds play where they lob it up over the top of the backboard to our center. He goes up, grabs it, and taps it in. Just saying.
That's about what you got time for right now. That or try to run some kind of screen for an open shot.
Yeah.
Again, Hodges or Church have the hot hands. Hodges has been your guy all year. You just went to him there, and that was a good look.
It was a good look. He got a little deep under the basket, but, I mean, making it down the court in 6 seconds and, still a viable shot. So,
all right, so they've adjusted the clock. It's now 1.3 seconds.
Based on what?
I don't know.
They don't have any footage to look at. What are they doing? I feel it.
It was 1.8, now it's 1.3. I don't know.
How can you have any sort of logical justification for that? And not just because it went against the Muskies. You have nothing that you can justify that with.
Here we go. Lucaron will throw it in. Looking, throws it up. There's your lob play. Shot no good, and Davenport North survives. 64-63 to pick up the victory tonight.
And, everybody's happy now, but I wonder if they went back and looked at those calls, if it would be so happy and so proud of this win.
I mean,
just saying.
It was a hard-fought battle, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. A lot of emotion right there.
The Muskies have nothing to hold their heads down about on this game. Absolutely nothing.
There is no doubt.
8 on 5 will get you every time.
That was everything we thought it could be and more tonight.
That was electric.
No doubt about it. Let me see. Hey, Coach!
That was electric.
Marcus!
see if we can get Coach over here real quick.
Yeah.
Just to get some reaction. Coach Marquez Davis of Davenport North going to join us here. Coach, first question, let me get you situated here. First question I got to ask you is that how you drew it up with DeAndre shooting that three? Was that the go-to guy, or is that just what happened?
Well, he was our second look. We had a play coming out. We wanted to look to get John L a shot. He's been shooting very well, and thought we'd be able to get that first look, but we did have a down screen coming for Dre. And, you know, after that, you just got to make a big shot, and he's a senior. And I told him before the game, these are the games that you guys will live for. You got to be able to step up in big times like this for your teammates when you're seniors, and just happy he could make that shot.
You beat a team ranked number 5 in the state, a team that was undefeated, and the way you guys won tonight in a battle that went back and forth. What does it say about your team?
You know, it just says that we got grit. You know, we lost the last game, and, you know, it was a tough couple practices coming after that, you know, for some guys to really wake up and see that, you know, this is one of the toughest conferences in Iowa, and every single night you've got to bring it. And, you know, Luke has done a terrific job out there with that Muscatine team, and, you know, they're going to be tough for years to come. He's built a really good program out there, so just happy that we can get out of here with a win, you know, off of a big stop like that.
No doubt. All right, Coach, I appreciate it. Get in there, celebrate with the guys. Appreciate you taking time with us tonight, and congrats on a huge win for the team.
Thank you.
All right, Coach Marquez Davis joining us here on the post-game show. Wanted to get that reaction, and then really was just curious if that was the shot that was called up right there, and it was option number 2.
Well, and, you know, from what I've seen, you know, looking at the stats, looking at his season, yeah, he's a viable 2. But I would be willing to bet it wasn't a logo 3 design, though.
It was not quite logo. It was NBA
no,
range. All right. Well, it was
maybe
longer than you wanted it to be. Yeah,
that's my point.
It was. I don't feel like it was high percentage shot.
No, it was not. And, you know, here's the thing, and I'll say this.
Mm-hmm.
It was, no matter what, this was a fun game. I mean, this was a ridiculously fun game. These are 2 teams that have a hell of a season left in both of them. I could see either one of them putting a strong run together as the season winds down and you go into the postseason. You know, I know for our guys this will be a tough beat, right?
Right.
But I also have.
Sometimes you can take a lot from a loss.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Is, you know, the reality of going undefeated through a high school basketball season is non-existent, right? And so a loss is going to come at some point. And this is one, you know, they didn't play bad. They didn't get the roles that they normally get. You know, the defense, give Davenport Central defense some credit. The passes were tipped. The passes were, you know, they were having their hands out where the passes weren't able to have the normal passing lanes, you know, like, so this wasn't just, you know, the Muskies screwed up in Davenport.
Yeah,
no, I mean, Davenport played very well.
It's a 1-point loss on the road to a very good team when seemingly majority of the calls went against you.
Right, and that's, you know, it's going to be really easy for people. Well, you guys are the Muscatine guys. Well, we are. Well, I mean, I am. I mean, Roland's son goes to North.
It does go.
So, and I mean, it is what it is, right? And you know what? At the end of the day, it's high school basketball. None of us are going to be millionaires off of this. And we're all just having fun. The kids, as much as they might not say it at the moment, when they look back on the season, they're still going to look back at it as a fun time.
No doubt about it. Yeah,
I hope.
You know, you have a lot of – Coach Tirelli will have a lot of teaching points from tonight's game. And it will come down to, you know, and that technical foul will be brought up. It's one thing for the coach to get it after a bad call. It's another thing for a player to say the wrong word and to trigger a technical foul there in a close game.
And I'm not even sure, you know, because it happened like not 25 feet right here in front of us.
Yeah.
And Kavian didn't look like he was being overly argumentative at the moment.
Right.
You know, I mean, like I've seen a lot more animated arguments not get technicals.
He might have said
we don't know. No.
He might have said a word. It might have just been an eye roll with a referee that's already kind of fed up with.
Right, but again, here's the thing.
You don't know.
With a referee who's already kind of fed up.
Yeah.
That's not a statement that should even exist.
It's not.
You know what I mean? And
it's not.
And it does. And they're human. I get it.
I have never seen 3 technical fouls in a high school game on one team.
I haven't either. And so that you kind of got to wonder, and I'm not saying conspiracy theory, like I'm not going that way, but you got to wonder what is going to be I always look at like, what are the repercussions of this, right? Is anybody going to look at this and say, hey, you know what? We can do better. Here's what it is, right? I'd love to hear if Kevin Lloyd's out there, I'm gonna call you tomorrow, bud. Just to see your perspective on some of this stuff. Because again, you just don't want it. Refereeing is refereeing, right? You just don't want to see it to affect the outcome of a game, right? There's going to be mistakes. There's going to be all that. You just hope it all balances out.
Yep. Well, the Muskies head back home Friday night. They'll take on Assumption. That won't be easy either, but it'll be good to be back home and to try to forget about this one. And then they'll move on to the second half of the season. A lot of basketball to play, and this conference is going to go right down the stretch. They're in first, but like I said, you had that log jam of teams right behind them. It's going to go right down to that last week. It will, and it's going to be a blast. Make sure you come out to the field house out at MHS. Guys, it's probably the most electric I've seen that place in a long time. So. And I want to say one more time, thank you to Davenport North for hosting us tonight, opening their doors. There's a lot of schools maybe in this conference that wouldn't allow this kind of thing to happen. And Jeremy Mosier, the athletic director here, said, absolutely. Come here. And I'll tell you this. What you need. We've done a couple of road events with Jeremy, across the football and everything else. Always been a tremendous, tremendous host. Asking what he can do to help us, everything. So thank you guys very much. Appreciate it. And hopefully you guys enjoyed this, because it was a lot of fun to bring to you. I'm glad we were able to get back on the air and bring the Muskies back home to your living room or wherever you're watching tonight. That's about what I got. That's what we got. Everybody, go attack the rest of the week with an enthusiasm unknown to mankind. Until we get to do this again, have a great night, everybody.